It would help if I had my mic.
Hi, guys. Oh, Jesus, I'm loud.
What are you doing?
I'm broadcasting.
Oh, he's doing it like a choir singer because I made fun of his rap reference earlier. He said he was going to hold the mic like a rapper, and then he said
LL Cool J.
like LL Cool J. Which
That's
is,
the
LL Cool J is a current rapper, right? That
no.
the kids listen to.
Oh my God. Like, how far back is LL Cool J?
91, 92?
Didn't he?
Actually into 80, 88, 89 maybe?
Did he get back that far?
Now I
feel
gotta.
like going back to Cali was like 80, 89.
Oh man. Boy, he aged very nicely.
And then he came back and
He's
LL Cool J? Yeah.
He's 49 years old.
He's only 49. I kind of thought he was going to be older. Just based on around when he was, you know.
Nah.
Did he have a show, or am I just imagining that?
He did.
No, he's
He was
got the karaoke, the lip sync karaoke
was
thing.
awesome.
Apparently, he's a regular in NCIS.
Yes, he's
It's,
one of the stars.
It's like what's the one in on SVU, Ice-T?
Homicide, Life
no,
in the
it
SUV.
is. No, it's Ice-T.
Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa likes my shirt.
He also was in one of the best shark movies ever made,
Sharknado?
Deep Blue Sea,
Oh.
where he sung the big song, My hand is like a shark fin.
The point is that Matt is not up to date on current rap culture.
I almost forgot who he was at first. I haven't seen him in a long time. I don't know who he is.
He's been-
Not LL
he's-
Cool J. I know who LL Cool J is. I meant Matt. I haven't seen Matt. We haven't seen Matt in a while.
Oh no, that's true. Matt has blown us off for weeks now.
For Big Sick, and then I was.
I don't want to hear your excuses. No,
you're
it's
right.
fine.
It's just
I mean,
excuses.
they're just
a
excuses.
lot of excuses.
A lot of
It's all right. We had
excuses.
Miles last week. We talked about the Narrow. It was
was
fun.
way better. I watched the show, and it was way better than when I'm on it.
I mean, still good. It's good when you're here.
Is this one of those moments where we're supposed to make you feel better, or tell the truth?
Are you texting during the show?
He totally is.
I am not.
What's his name?
Mark.
All right.
I gotta check it.
So, hi everybody. Thanks for joining. This is Pop Tuesday nights every.
That is Rose.
That's Rose.
What are you doing? No. God damn it.
Tuesday night every week on at 8 p.m. Eastern. We go till 10 here on
Yes.
Facebook Live. Share our page, share our video, give us a like. Keith works really hard populating the show with all the great pop culture
That's
references.
me? I do that?
You do.
Is that what I do?
He's Mr. Popped. But anyway, there's always something good to entertain. Follow us on Twitter at Pop Show. I will be tweeting now that I have a microphone stand and I have no hands.
When you guys get married, does that make you Mrs. Popped?
I'm keeping my name. No, I guess that would make me Mrs. Popped. I'm already kind of Mrs. Popped. Sort of.
Family show, guys.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what have you guys been up to this week in pop culture?
Yeah, what's
what have
new
you guys
in
been
pop
doing?
culture?
I finally finished The Tick.
Oh, I haven't started it yet.
It's good.
I meant to, but I just watched.
It's fun.
I didn't watch anything.
God, every episode I'm gonna have Rose like behind me on the
Yeah,
chair.
no, well,
That's
she's
just
the
my
show.
life.
Cats?
She's
They
the show
do.
cat.
Yes,
She's being creepy.
She's the popped cat.
that's normal for her.
Yeah, it's
All right,
normal.
so yeah, I watched The Tick. What about you guys?
I saw Glass Castle.
Any good?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I didn't feel like I wasted my money. That's always like the barometer of a movie these days.
I mean, if I wasted my money.
Yeah, if Keith wasted his money. But to be fair, I don't drag you to a lot of movies you don't want to see.
Nah.
I mean, I think I've only made you see one,
Girl on the Train.
two.
The girl on the train.
What was the other one?
Joy. You didn't want to see Joy.
Oh, it was all right.
I
I
mean,
mean, still
you-
a decent movie. I mean, I still saw it. It's not like she drags me kicking and screaming to these things.
Oh
to
no,
be fair,
it wasn't
it's
very
just,
good.
you know, as much as I drag her to, it's it's only fair.
That's a good point. But these
So-
are all. I feel like these are all movies that are decent that you should watch anyway.
Well, I saw Glass Castle, and
Girl Train.
I'm very attached to the movie or the book.
Right.
I'm very attached to the book. It was a very good book, and I like everything that Jeanette Wells has done. And she wrote this memoir, and then she's done a couple of fiction stuff, and I really loved it. It was kind of depressing, but
I feel like a lot of things that you read are slightly depressing.
well, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I like uplifting stuff too, but ooh, Vanessa binged Glow. Actually,
I'm jealous.
you want to hear something I did in pop culture this week? I was interviewed by by a reporter in San Antonio last week, the middle of last week, who wanted to do an article on Netflix cheating. And at one point, Keith and Miles and I were texting about tweeting about Netflix cheating.
Yeah, this was like a month or so
This
ago.
was a while ago because I wanted to watch Glow while I was on the treadmill, and obviously we're not going to share it, watch it together on the treadmill.
We just didn't have time.
So we just agreed to mutually cheat on each other and watch Glow on our own terms, and we would sort of catch up with each other. So this reporter, I guess, searched Netflix cheating in San Antonio, on Twitter, and found me and called me. And then we were talking, and this was last Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday or something. Right. And then he called me today to verify the spelling of Keith's name because we talked about it over the weekend. I was like, well, I haven't heard from him, and Texas
Darrow seems like a pretty easy name to
you'd think,
right?
You'd think.
The pronunciation on Darrow is the biggest part. It's the spelling of Keith that people have a lot of problem with.
People can't spell Keith?
They do the I before the E.
But you don't do I before E if there's not a C.
I before
they
E,
spell
except
Keith
after
with
C.
a C.
I guess so.
Spell
Yeah.
Keith with a C. Well, in that case, then that spelling's correct. CIETH.
That's my rapper name.
CIETH.
Yes. Just spell it all out.
CIETH. I feel like that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
You guys want to know what I did?
What'd you do in pop culture this week?
Lost all but one of my placement matches for Overwatch competitive season 6.
All right.
Pretend like those things mean something to me.
Every single one of them except for one, and every single one of them ended in just a giant fight where everyone was yelling at everybody else.
So,
and I do this for fun.
I don't know why.
Well,
Did you play the first Destiny doll?
I did. I played it a lot.
Okay. We'll have you, because Scott was saying he's waiting for Destiny 2 to go live. Are you
it's happening today, huh?
Yeah, that's. I love that trailer. I couldn't get into Destiny, but I love that second trailer.
Yeah, no, Destiny's fun. Destiny's fun, but it's no Overwatch. I'm gonna play 2. But the problem is I can't decide if I want to play Destiny 2 on a console or if I want to play it on PC.
Okay.
But the PC doesn't come out until October 22nd, and I'm not even going to be here, so I'm probably going to I'm going to cave and just get it on the PS4.
Gotcha.
Or the Xbone, I haven't decided.
Okay.
Oh, I did see Close Encounters of the
third?
Close Kind? No, that's not right.
No. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
What's the first and second one?
I don't know.
This is the
Human and Animals?
The first 2 movies, then.
Yeah, you actually saw the third part of the movie.
Oh, man. Really good. I actually went with a friend of the show, Ginny Zell.
Okay.
Because neither of us had seen it.
How's Ginny Zell doing? It's been a while.
She's good.
Jenny is going to come up in conversation later.
I hope so.
As she has weighed in on our topic of the week, which, if you haven't, go to our Facebook page. But, open a new tab. Don't go away from our awesome show.
No, that would be terrible.
Open a new tab and go and see what the topic of the week is. And we will be bringing it on a little bit later.
No, okay.
Ooh,
all right. Well,
we have a call.
Yes, we do.
Juan, right on time.
Boom. Hello.
Hello. Is this Popped?
This is Popped. Is this Juan from Local Heroes?
Man, this is.
Oh, how about that?
I remember Juan.
Do you want us to play the theme we have with Greg's name on it, or do you just want us to go? We're doing that. All right, Juan. Hang on one second. We're gonna play a little theme here.
Can you just say Juan over Greg's name?
Yeah, we're giving you Greg's theme.
I'll just yell Juan.
Ooh, I like it.
Juan!
Ignore that. Sorry.
You got a good dancing beat.
Yeah, it's kind of funky. We dig it.
And then you go back and watch it tomorrow, and you'll see the cool little video that we took when we were there for Free Comic Book Day, and we put it
Is
to
it
that.
like an imposed picture of Greg's head or face just bouncing around?
Oh man,
no, that would be awesome.
He
Just kind of
wouldn't-
faded it out.
He wouldn't let us follow him around with the camera. It was weird.
Yeah, well,
Although
that's why we installed one in his office.
I keep running
and
into
bedroom.
him at the hair pub, Harris Teeter. I always call it Publix.
You have been here for 2 years. It is a Harris.
Maybe it should be a Publix.
You know what?
No, it's actually just called the Teat.
Also
It
valid.
is a teat, yeah.
The Teats it has a decent sub sandwich, but nothing like a pub
I
sub.
know, Publix. We're off topic.
Yes. Juan,
about
Greg
pub subs all
can't
day.
call in, and so we are very happy to have you. It's been a long time, man. How you been?
It has. I've been good.
Good.
Just taking it day by day. So many comics, I can't keep up.
Yes, so little time. I've got like a stack of trades I haven't even read yet. So
I just keep buying books. I don't know why. I just do. It's like a force of habit. My wallet just
Same
opens
here.
up, my
Because comics are
prospects
awesome.
because Greg needs to pay rent.
Yeah, he does.
So, all right, what do we got coming out this week that I can buy and not read for the next month or two?
All right. Well, it's a pretty good week, actually. I feel like the last couple of weeks have been slim pickings.
Okay.
But 2 new Star Wars books come out this week. Also, I think this kind of kicks off the whole Journey 2 thing that they do, promotional event. So now it's Journey to The Last Jedi.
Okay.
So the first issue of a Captain Phasma miniseries comes out tomorrow.
Yes.
As you know, Captain Phasma being the next generation Boba Fett of really, I don't know if she's popular, but they want to make her popular.
Okay, so that's
there's
the Boba Fett reference you're trying to go, because I was trying to figure out how that ties into Boba Fett, but no, I can see that. I'm with you.
Yeah, but Boba Fett kind of there's no substance. Everyone just thought it was like, ooh, look at that cool character.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is, but he's awesome. But other than that, there's also Star Wars Adventures, which oddly enough is coming from IDW and not Marvel like you would think. But this is like an all ages book.
Gotcha.
With I think it's gonna be like rotating little short stories, but should be good for the Star Wars kid in your life.
Okay.
Venomverse is again versified. There's Spider-Verse, now there's Venomverse.
All right. I liked Spider-Verse, but Venomverse I'm kind of questionable on.
You like Spider-Verse?
I thought it was all right. I thought it was kind of neat. I like multiverse stuff.
This will probably be more extreme because it's Venom.
I got nothing to response to that.
Nice knowing grown there, Keith.
Yes.
Let's see. There's a new Generations book. Iron Man Generations comes out tomorrow as well.
Okay.
So this is all leading into Legacy. So it's a little series of one-shots focusing on the original character and the next-gen version.
Yeah, I've been enjoying this so far. It's been all right. Nothing outstanding.
The Thor one has been my favorite of the ones to come out, but only because that one actually left with a cliffhanger of like something that might be happening in Legacy that you actually want to find out about. That one's pretty good.
That would be nice.
Kingsman Red Diamond, sequel to The Secret Service, Kingsman The Secret Service. Not related to the new Kingsman movie, which is The Golden Circle, which is totally original story and not related to this book. But it should be good. It's got a different writer. Mark Miller's not writing it. It's Rob Williams. So, Keith, my thoughts on Mark Miller, so we'll
Yes.
get into that.
I have not done my homework because I have not read Chrononauts yet, so I will get to it
Read it
eventually.
tonight after the show, and then you can talk about it tomorrow.
Sure, along with the other 20 trades that I haven't read yet.
And then Bombshells United #1 also comes out tomorrow. So this is the next series in the popular Bombshells DC universe of like World War II era Rosie the Riveter type characters. But your favorite DC version.
How many how many issues did the first Bombshells have?
Ooh, I am not sure exactly.
It wasn't
I wanna say
incredibly
it got up
long
to
run.
the 20s.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
Gotcha. Well, that's annoying that they're already restarting it, but whatever. They gotta do what they gotta do.
I don't know if it's restart. I think it's just a continuation.
Yeah, but it's got to be kind of confusing, right? If they're doing 20 issues of
no,
Bombshells and then all of a sudden Bombshells United comes out with #1, it's...
I think Bombshells, I'm assuming it's over. I haven't read Bombshells, but I think
Okay.
that's like, that one's done. So
Didn't you...
hopefully the end of that, it's like leading you into this. Hopefully.
Gotcha. I feel like I got
Comic
Sarah
books are
Volume
weird.
1.
Yeah, you got me the first one.
Okay.
And then I stopped reading
Did you read it?
everything. I did, and I enjoyed it, but then I stopped reading everything. Don't take it personally.
It's true.
Life
Yeah.
happened.
It happens. All right. Anything else, Juan?
That is it.
Awesome. You gonna be working tomorrow?
I believe so, actually.
All right. Well, where can we pick up these fine books and see your lovely face?
You can pick up these lovely books and see my and other employees' lovely faces at Local Heroes, which is located at 1904 Colonial Avenue next to Cogan's Pizza.
Sounds good. It's a good little area over there. I'll be going. Matt, do you remember where Colonial Avenue is in Local Heroes?
I don't, but I have GPS on my phone.
He had to GPS his way to our house.
I did.
To the show. He had to GPS his way to Pops.
Well, I drew directions like old Dungeons and Dragons maps, so I know how to make it here.
Good. All right, Juan. Well, good hearing from you, man. Thanks for calling in Greg's absence, and we will talk to you next week.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All right, dude. See you tomorrow, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Greg's absence sounds like a terrible cover band.
Greg's absence.
I'd play in it.
You'd play in Greg's absence.
Yeah. Yes, I would. Who else is going to play?
All right.
Greg's
Not
never
Greg.
there. Greg's never there.
Good to know.
Someone's got to.
So I saw today that there is a movie coming out that has to do with the creation of Wonder Woman.
Yes.
And
right.
and I thought about that because the creation of Wonder Woman is kind of seedy.
Oh, yeah. Incredibly seedy.
Yeah, I mean, it's this guy who wrote it. He was in like a 3-way relationship with his wife and his mistress and was into like BDSM and all this crazy stuff and created Wonder Woman and, later sold the rights. But,
Thank God.
yeah, but that explains the bracelets and the lasso and all of that stuff. And the old, like the first drawing of Wonder Woman cartoons is very like.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, even if you go back to like, it wasn't him, but the guys who drew Superman, I think. There's a book out there that's actually at Local Heroes. I've seen it. It's a bunch of art from, I want to say it was the Superman guys, that it's all kind of scantily drawn women. It's the BDSM stuff. So, I mean, like, they had other stuff that just wasn't,
Well, yeah.
Superman stuff. I mean,
what erotica did you read in the 40s?
No.
Sorry.
No. This movie, though, looks really interesting, and I'm kind of excited to see it. I wonder how they're going to release it, though, because films like that tend not to get wide release.
in theaters, probably.
Well, yeah, but it's coming out in like the fall, and
Hold on, let's see if we can find it.
yeah,
real
I think we
quick.
should look it up.
Why do I feel like Hulu grabbed it?
Is it an app thing?
I feel like it,
I
but I
don't
may
think
be
so.
getting it confused with the Bill Finger doc.
That Bill Finger doc is amazing. Have you watched it yet?
Yeah.
The Bill Finger is the Batman guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very depressing.
screwed up.
Him,
Aw.
yeah, he created most of the Batman mythos and like the iconic stuff, but Bob Kane pretty much took credit for all of it.
See, okay, here's the thing.
Worst
So
name
we've
on
got Bill Finger,
Yeah.
we've got the poor McDonald's guys. What other great people? And I mean, who's the Hydrox? Who's the Hydrox of the creative world? Because as we all know, Hydrox was first, and then Oreo came on and was awesome, and then poor Hydrox is now like the redheaded stepchild, right?
Have you ever had a Hydrox?
No, of course not. Why would I have ever had a Hydrox?
It's not as good.
Okay. But I still feel bad for Hydrox. But like that's the thing. So we've got these like who are these unsung heroes who actually came up with it and then got screwed out of their rights? I mean, there's got to be more.
Yeah, but see, okay,
Oh,
to be
this is an
to be
actual
fair
movie.
though, yeah, it's an
No, I
actual
told-
movie.
what did you think I was talking
what
about?
we were
No, I
saying.
feel like there was a documentary that was just out about this not too long ago too. That might have been on.
No, this has got Gaston playing the creator of the Wonder Woman character and all that stuff and the mythos. And,
I'm okay with it.
oh, I'm sure.
I mean, he's a hunk.
He's a good-looking man.
He is. I'll allow
Yeah, it's
it.
called Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman.
When does it come out?
October 27th, but it doesn't say how.
Yeah.
So I would assume, Narrow might have it locally. Who
I mean,
knows? Even
no,
regular
but do you
AMC.
think it would be wide? It might be wide release.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Let's see. Who's the company? Annapurna Pictures.
Which they're real.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're real. Well, we'll see. Anybody else interested in
Does
that?
it say if it has a wide release?
It doesn't say, unfortunately, at least not on the Wikipedia article. That's what we're all looking at,
yeah,
by
we're
the way,
looking at
guys. We're not
Wikipedia.
just like staring
Good
off into
IMDb.
space. Let's see. IMDb is next. There we go. We've posted the trailer before, so it's around there. And the trailer's been out for a little bit. Let's see the true age.
Today's the speaking of, today's the early viewings of it. Sean, our friend,
Oh yeah,
our
Sean's
friend
at the-
Sean Drew's.
We really got to rethink our schedule.
I know they do these early premieres on Tuesdays, and then we like.
Yeah, because I'll get notifications for him, be like, sign up for such and such screening.
I
I'm like, oh, I really want to
know.
see. Oh crap, it's on Tuesday.
Well, we're all going on Friday, right?
No,
on Friday.
never.
To what, it?
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
She's out of town. I'll go. No way. I got a
Oh,
gig.
she's out of town.
I've got a gig. If you're not doing anything Friday night and you and Eleanor would like to see local music, hashtag shameless plug.
I don't think we're getting drunk this week.
Why not?
We do normally get drunk and see local music, though.
On Fridays, I'm just saying. We're playing on Chesapeake.
Chesapeake.
Yeah. It'll just be me and the guitarist. But okay, so we got Luke Evans, who everyone knows as Gaston, Rebecca Hall, who I know from Iron Man 3, and Bella Heathcote,
Okay, so
She's cute.
It's the guy from
Dark Shadows.
the guy from.
50
She's
Shades
in
Darker?
50, which you won't watch with me.
You better have the booze.
God, she was born in '87.
Here's the thing.
Oh, that's nothing, dude.
I think.
Seeing
What
actresses
is that supposed to mean?
because I'm seeing actresses born in the 90s now. Thank you very much.
We know that's not what he meant.
This actually is what I meant for once.
Speaking of the '90s,
87. I can go younger than that.
Family show.
Family Guy.
Yes.
Um.
All in the family.
So basically, we're not sure. It could
No, we
be out. It could be out in October, and it could be out next year. Keep an eye on your local listings to find out when it's playing in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to see this fall. We played a lot of Mario Kart.
We did.
Yeah, we've been attempting to unlock all of this stuff because when we updated to the Switch, our unlocked stuff was not unlocked anymore.
Aw.
But it's been fun. Well, I mean, we talked about that last week. It basically took us buying a new system to get back into kart because we'd kind of.
Well, you go through spells.
You guys can't call me out for playing Overwatch, for playing competitive Overwatch, and you guys are playing kart to the point where you could just call it kart.
Everybody calls it kart.
Yeah. Who doesn't call Mario Kart kart? Like
Probably
no.
me because
What you call it Mario Kart 8?
I haven't.
I
Played
want to
it.
play some Mario Kart.
I haven't.
I
Played
want
a
to play some
Kart.
Mario Kart 8, kids.
I haven't played Mario Kart since Mario Kart 64.
Seriously?
Maybe the Wii.
What have you been doing with your life?
Yeah, like what do you do
Overwatch.
with your friends? Do you have friends that you play video games with? No? Okay.
Nope.
Well,
No, I
that's
don't.
sad
so
news.
we're just saying sad things now, Keith.
Well then how do you like talk crap to your friends when you're playing video games with
Headset.
them? They're not in the
And
room
they're
with you?
strangers. And
It sounds very
I'm
boring.
not just talking crap. I'm actually just spewing a lot of hateful, vile things.
I played competitive kart.
Did you? How'd you do?
I did not do well. It was like
I want to
freaking.
now.
It was like freaking crazy. It's like there's Mario Kart, and then there's like insanity.
Kart is life.
Yeah, kart is life.
Kart is life.
But like when you're playing with people from like Japan and Canada and other parts of the US, I mean, it's insane. Like it's like take a friendly game with your friends and make it like 50 times meaner.
Yeah.
And nobody was talking crap or anything. In fact, we were all saying like, "Good luck, way to go. Good be easy on
That's
me."
because you were
know?
on Nintendo.
Well, yeah, I was on
I
Nintendo.
told a man I didn't know that I hope his mother dies.
Oh my God. I'm going to stick with my Nintendo, my family friendly Nintendo, where my biggest problem is that I put the fire extinguisher into the fire instead of using it.
We haven't touched Overcooked since that either.
Oh my God. I know, but Overcooked was great.
You want to play some video games, Matt, after the show?
I know. I want to play video games now. All right. Bye, guys. We're going to call it and go play
Well,
some.
this has been Popped.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook.
No, we're going to keep
No, yeah, we're gonna
yeah,
keep
we're gonna
going.
keep
Don't
broadcasting.
Okay.
don't click away.
Let's see. John Adkins has a tip for us. If you don't know how to jump off the Rainbow Road and skip 3/4 of the track, you don't know kart. I don't know if I can do that. I can't listen. It is a feat
I
for
know
me to
it.
stay
I just
on the
couldn't
track.
do it.
And,
you
and
know?
especially because the Mario Kart 8 with the deluxe version has like all this
keeps
fancy
it on the
stuff
track.
on it, and it keeps you on the track. And occasionally it won't let me cheat. You know how there are these little like cut throughs. The
Get mad if I couldn't cheat.
yeah, it auto corrects you, and since I'm like, I just would fall off all the time if I didn't keep it on. I know I bowl with the little bumpers. That's how I do it. I cart with the auto correct.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
It
you
helps
can't go
though.
straight from
You know
there
what?
to like
It
playing
made it
online.
so I don't hate those crazy like infinity mushrooms. You know, bam, 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 bam. Oh, you haven't played since. Never mind.
Yeah,
you know
the gold mushrooms.
The gold
yes, I'm
mushrooms.
with you.
Yeah. Because like I lose control of those so easily, and then I'm all over the place. Yeah, you can turn it off, Scott, but I don't want to because then I'll just fall off whenever I get my really fancy mushrooms.
Huh.
And since although Keith always complains that he never gets lightning bolts, but that's because he's always winning.
Yeah.
Why can't I zap all the people behind them and
you
make
don't
them
get
smaller than
lightning
me?
bolts at the front
So
of
I'm
the-
gonna sacrifice my gold trophy just so I can
take
lightning
your
bolt some people?
bananas and
No.
enjoy
You can
life.
get yeah, but you have to be in like last place to get a lightning bolt.
No.
No, you get coins and bananas in first place, and like the occasional green shell, like the
Yeah,
single,
shoot 'em backwards.
the
You still
single,
shoot 'em backwards.
yeah, the single green shell that you just sort of have to like hold down on the L button so it stays behind you, so you can deflect oncoming.
Learned that trick from Miles.
Yeah, we call it milesing.
Oh, that's an old thing.
Well, yeah, we didn't do it, but since Miles showed us,
Yeah.
I don't want coins, Scott. I want.
no, I know, but the coins help. They, give
They
you,
do. They unlock
give
stuff,
you
which is
little
what we've been trying to
boosts.
do.
Get coins.
Oh yeah, that too. So.
Get money.
All right. So what else is going on? Till we wait because we got Henry. Because we're gonna reorganize things a
I'll
little
tell you
bit.
what's going on. I signed up for Movie Pass.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
How'd
I
that
decided to
go?
do Movie Pass. It didn't work on the movie because it was at the fancy Dolby theater.
They're gonna loophole you to death on that.
Oh yeah, that's how they're gonna get you.
Yeah, but like all I had to do was just go to it on Friday, and I've made up for
Pay
it.
for itself.
So it's $9.99, and the app is garbage. They probably love hearing that. They're not sponsoring us at all, are they? Of course they're not.
No,
we have sponsors in general.
We get no
Sponsors.
money from anybody. We would like to.
Yes.
We would love to
well.
plug your product here on Popped
Here's one you're
and not call it crappy.
Here's what happens when you don't give us
Sponsor.
money. The app was so bad that Jenny was going to do it too. Jenny's though, from the Mouthy broadcast.
Yep, Jenny's off.
She was
Playing
gonna do
doctor.
it too. She couldn't figure out a way to make it take her money. She couldn't even get signed up. I was finally able to get signed up. I had to go through PayPal to do it. And then the app doesn't tell you important things, like you've got to be near the theaters
Okay.
for them to show up and you to get.
Real
so
quick.
explain what Movie Pass
Yeah.
is.
She get me to it.
Movie Pass. Movie Pass is a subscription service, kind of like the Netflix for movies. And for $9.99 a month.
Okay, people
you
have
get
got
a
to
movie
stop
a day.
calling things the Netflix of whatever.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's a
the
subscription
Hulu
service.
of-
Oh my god. You're,
The
movies.
Amazon Prime.
you're dead to me. It's a subscription. It's a movie ticket
It's
subscription
the
service.
HBO Go of.
Don't make me get Joe Popcorn.
Let me tell you what
let's-
Joe Popcorn thinks about
There it
this.
is.
Joe Popcorn used to he likes to go down to the theater. He likes to give him the money. He gets a little ticket to spit out, and he goes in there, gets his popcorn, he sits down and watches a movie. He doesn't need no fancy app trying to tell him what he can and cannot see and on what days.
Well, Alex is doing the like middle school thing. Buy a ticket to something else around the same time and go to the screen that you went to,
Yeah,
which
well,
is like
that's
what you did when you weren't.
And Scott's got a good point too. The Netflix of movies is Netflix.
Ooh, you were burned.
No,
Scott
Netflix
wins.
Netflix also has mostly TV shows. I didn't even know they had movies.
You lying liar.
Whatever, I'll do what I want.
Anyway, so it didn't work because their app is stupid. Let's see.
It did. I think it will work. I think I'll be able to use it for movies. So Movie Pass is like the Hulu of movies, and $9.99 gets you a movie a day. So you can essentially go to 30 movies, and basically any theater that participates, you can get a ticket and go and see it. As long
What
as
kind
you
of
have
theaters participate around here?
All of them.
Okay.
Do they want to? Because didn't one of them come out against
AMC
it?
doesn't want to. AMC's looking at ways to get out of it once they drop the price.
That's
the price
because
used to be $30,
right.
which still pretty good. I actually considered it when it was $30, but then I was like, I don't want the pressure to have to go see 3 movies.
So John says, "Oh, neat. If I weren't worried about getting stabbed by a hobo at my local theater, I'd go." And then I loved it on Facebook. So John, I do not want you to
She
get.
wants you to get.
I don't want you to get
She
stabbed.
doesn't want you to get stabbed.
No, I
by a hobo,
don't.
but if you did, she'd love it.
I don't want any of those things. I would not love it, John. I would be very sad. And Alex recommends Filmstruck, which I don't know what that is, but let me post a link.
That's like the Criteria collection of movies.
The Criteria collection?
That was right. Was up there. Was Criterion collection.
Yeah, it's the exclusive home for Criterion streaming.
Yeah. So it's it's Movie Pass. So I haven't actually successfully seen a movie with it yet.
Okay.
But I anticipate.
And
doing it.
the loophole that you missed and was unable to use was Dolby?
Well, okay, so
Don't they all have Dolby sound?
for $9.99, any regular movie. So if there's any kind of upcharge like 3D or IMAX, or in this case, AMC has a Dolby theater. I forget
So
what they
peasant
call it.
movies.
AMC Superior. Or
Oh, it's
something.
like the Regal RPX or something,
Exactly.
where like you're sitting in seats
You
with
go in,
speakers.
the seats rumble, and it's like watching a movie on the Death Star.
It's like watching Muppet Vision at Disney World because
Exactly.
there's speakers in the
Sweetums
seats,
doesn't come out,
and
though,
there's
at
like
the
some
end.
air vents below your feet.
It's like that. So because there's an upcharge, it doesn't work. But for any kind of regular movie, it should be fine. And they were all listed there except for that one movie. So I could have gone to anything. I was gonna go to catch another movie. I was gonna go see like Logan Lucky, but I just decided not to. So I was doing something. I was doing
That
other
one hasn't been
things.
doing so well.
I like Soderbergh and I like heists.
I feel like everybody kind of hates August movies.
They're hating this August.
Yeah, they really are.
I feel like I saw something good this August. Oh, the other thing I did watch on Netflix. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Netflix. It's like the Hulu of movies.
Tell me more about it.
Well, okay.
If only they had a service where they would mail you DVDs.
Nah, what? They don't do that.
It's crazy.
It's impossible. That would put.
They'd mail you great classics like Everybody Wants Some, so you could
and
not
then-
watch
and
them
then we
for
won't
6
watch
months.
it for. Oh, it's been like a year.
It's been.
I think we moved in here with that DVD.
Even before Netflix streaming, what was the frequency? Like, how long would pass before you would actually watch your Netflix DVDs?
I don't know. I got a subscription for my dad, and,
weeks?
and he watched them every week.
Yeah, I'd probably watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably 2 weeks for me.
It was definitely 4 or 5 months.
But to be fair though, before Netflix started mailing you DVDs, I was going to Best Buy once a week and picking up like 2 movies. So it really helped on my budget.
Well,
Yeah, but now we got that fancy ass closet.
dang,
We do
you
have a
get out
fancy-ass
there
closet.
and get
With movies like
Everybody wants some. Is on Hulu.
It's true. It is. I
I've been avoiding that movie since it came out. Matt liked it, but I read it.
liked it. I loved it.
I read
I
an
liked it a
article
lot.
that said it was a spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, which really bothered me.
It really is, though.
I will smack you right in the face.
Well, I guess I know what I'm watching because I can download things off Hulu and watch them on my spare time. So
Everybody wants
you
I will be
can? I
cheating.
thought you can do that on Hulu now?
Yep.
Is it legal?
Yeah. And then I'm thinking Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime and Netflix allow you. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I downloaded on.
Did you have to go to a website that was
No,
like,
because
Were
you
there sexy singles in your area? Because that happened to me once. I tried to download something. and
your torrenting experience is a whole other thing.
I
so
was
many sexy
I
singles.
attempted to legally acquire some footage of that I already owned, and unfortunately, I got redirected to sexy singles in my area.
Because those little pop-up ads for a woman who works on the
Okay,
internet are
just-
very confusing.
No, there are like 5 download buttons.
There
We
is
have
true.
been through this.
I know. It's just fun giving her crap for it.
You gotta find that one.
The good news is there are a lot of sexy singles in our area.
There are.
Yeah, there are.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do offline viewing. I know you can do it for Netflix
When are
and
you ever
Amazon.
Offline? Is there ever a time you're offline?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but
The plane.
yes, the plane. Also occasionally
Plane.
Also-
plane.
Also occasionally when you're at the gym and you're at like peak time and then it all stalls up on the Wi-Fi.
Also valid.
I don't think I've ever watched a movie on a
That's
plane.
because you go well you're
Do you
doing
go
it.
on planes? Do you know what they are?
I go on planes all the time.
The point is
Damn.
that no computers have
Transatlantic flights.
no laptops have disk drives anymore. So you have to stream or download. That's it.
Yeah.
That's your only options.
Yeah, because that laptop you got there doesn't have a disk
It does
drive, right?
not. I'm lucky it has USB ports
Yeah.
because the next generation
The
doesn't.
computer this is all running on doesn't have a disk drive.
Although, let's say Vanessa was a super user, she always watched them and sent them back. She'd get movies 3 times. A
Oh
week.
yeah, the turnaround was really quick
you know what,
around
though?
here.
When I did GameFly, because I was like one of the first people to do
Oh
GameFly.
yeah, I got to do that for a little while.
I would do GameFly all the time.
Yeah.
And I would send those back regularly. But for some reason, movies, I just didn't care as much.
No, Netflix was nice around here when they were mailing you DVDs because I could mail it out one day and then turn around and get it back in 2 days.
Now,
It was like the Amazon Prime of movies.
I did watch something on Netflix.
This is my
and
least
I don't
favorite
know-
new bit.
I don't know if you're familiar with Netflix. Netflix is like the Hulu for movies.
It's definitely my least favorite new bit.
Even least, like less favorite than Joe Popcorn.
I like Joe Popcorn better. It's like a language thing.
Well, you missed it last week. We did the fun confused bit where we mixed the names up, like we were talking about Jerry Lewis dying. I was like, oh yeah, love this piano playing. And
Oh, he was
and
good. He's
married exactly. He had that
Married
problem when he
his,
married his cousin and all that
his
stuff.
cousin,
It was
13.
just that's probably my favorite bit.
So I was on the Netflix.
Yes.
And
Wait, what's Netflix?
Netflix is like the HBO Go of movies.
Okay,
Movies.
okay.
Not
I thought there were
HBO
movies on
originals.
HBO Go.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Like where? Next to The Sopranos? No, that's Sex and the City.
What
You're
is
just
it
watching
with
Sex
your
and the
like decades-old references today?
Have we looked at how old he is?
The Sopranos is a
to be
great
fair.
show, but HBO has come out with like a jillion great shows since The Sopranos ended.
Sarah,
Just saying.
it's not TV. It's HBO.
No, I heard about that. Hey, looks like we've got a caller.
Oh, we do. How about that?
Well, then forget what I was going to say.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
We didn't-
please forget
We
what he
didn't
was
want to
gonna
hear
say.
what you say anyway, Matt.
You did.
No, we didn't.
I was going to talk about that movie I saw.
Hello, caller.
Hi, this is Henry.
Hey,
Hey.
Henry, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're good. You got to save us from Matt's
I would
explanation.
like to
We're
say
ta-
that Henry is like the Netflix of
TV shows.
TV shows.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Matt's learning about these newfangled services called Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, Amazon Prime.
Oh,
We had to
so
explain
you
to
woke
him.
up from a coma?
Yeah. Well, he is old.
Well, we were discussing about what it would be like if they mailed DVDs to people and how crazy that would be.
I still have one.
Yeah.
I just got to return it because now it's on Hulu apparently.
Wait long enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
Yes, they,
Yes.
That was a really amazing innovation they had at the time.
Yeah.
If only Blockbuster had the opportunity to purchase them.
Blockbuster
Yeah.
tried to jump on at the end there, and it
Well,
too
they
little, too late.
turned them down.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they
No.
Netflix wanted to.
Blockbuster had their own
Yeah,
service.
They
where
did
you
do
would-
their own service, but like at one point, Netflix wanted to merge with them, or it was vice versa, or whatever. And
Why would we
and
ever?
Blockbuster turned them down, and then they tried their like.
No one's gonna want DVDs mailed to you.
Apparently,
Silly as that.
apparently
What's
Block.
that?
Yeah, apparently Blockbuster service was better. Like I remember when they were competitive.
Well, I feel like you could drop them off at the stores. Or maybe I was just.
Why would you do?
Look, I just would shove things into their rental deposit. I didn't care. Like if I had to mail something, just letters. Maybe that's why none of my stuff ever got where it needed to go.
Henry, you are the only one who can save us from this. What do you What do you have for us this week?
The big thing this weekend was there were actually a few big cons, but the one that that has them all beat out, let's be honest, is Dragon Con in Atlanta, because it is the most fan-driven convention. It's not a corporate-driven convention. It's not a cash grab convention, so to speak. This would be my 15th. No, what am I saying? This would be more like my 17th time going to Dragon Con this past weekend.
Holy crap!
It's a lot of times for one weekend.
So I was on several panels, and I actually didn't overbook myself this year, so that was nice. But we had a really good crowd of folks at every panel who were very passionate. We had some people who were very passionate about the Spider-Man movies and about the DC movie universe. Those two of my biggest panels, and yeah, we had some really fun discussion there.
So, what was the discussion about? Can you give us a hint?
Yeah, well, the Spider-Man was basically it's become like the new Kirk versus Spock. Are you a Tom Holland fan, or are you more of a Tobey Maguire fan, or even an Andrew Garfield fan? There was a lot of that over who's the best Spider-Man. So we talked a little bit about that, and if you loved or you hated the new movie versus the older movies. So there was a lot of passionate debate about that. And then as far as the DC universe, of course, we spent about half the panel talking about Wonder Woman, and then, of course, on all the various movies coming up with Justice League, Aquaman, we know, and then a lot of ones that are kind of up in the air.
So, Henry, I should tell you, Keith made me watch a clip from Spider-Man 3.
Oh, this is the best. Matt, did you hear about this last show?
And it was Tobey Maguire.
Have you ever seen the movie all the way through?
No, I have not.
I showed her the jazz club scene.
He made me watch this. It was like
the best.
Utterly bizarre. So I now have varying opinions about Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Was this when he had the black suit and he turned into kind of a jerk?
Yep,
yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there laughing my ass off.
I don't know if hilarious is the word I'd use.
It's just so ridiculous, and Sarah's confused by the whole thing and wondering why I find this so hilarious.
I think he just thought it was hilarious to watch me watch it.
Well, that too. I mean, it was. You haven't seen the movie before. I don't think you've seen any of this Tobey Maguire
Yes,
Spider-Man.
I have. I saw the first two.
Okay. Gotcha.
That upside down kiss thing was like the kiss that year. Remember it won
What's
the MTV.
The kiss this year?
I don't know. I stopped keeping track after high school.
Okay.
See, Chandler agrees with me. The emo haircut, the
takeaway
dancing.
From the panel that the Spider-Man 2 was maybe the best one still of all the ones that we've had so far.
Really? Which one's your pick?
That's mine. Yeah, I'd say that Alfred Molina was a terrific villain as Dr. Octopus, and I think that. And they had some great fight scenes and some great character development, so I like that one the best.
Yeah, see, I've really liked... John, I'm with you. Spider-Man 3 is great. John was saying that he's defended it for years. It's exhausting because it's a great movie.
I don't know. But
It would be on my shelf if we get the narrow shelf. That's going to be my... well, we can't call them guilty pleasures anymore because of Miles. They are... Because pleasure is not meant... No, wait, what did he say? Pleasure is not meant to be guilty or something.
Yeah, it's movies
not
you don't
terrible.
admit to loving.
Yes.
It's gotten a bad rap.
It has.
But good lord, there's
Dirty
some bad
Little
elements
Secret
to it.
movies.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
you go.
It's still better than Amazing Spider-Man 2, as much as that was an improvement over the first Amazing Spider-Man.
And Chandler agrees with you, Henry. Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man film yet.
Yep.
I don't know. I like Tom Holland. I mean,
It's almost a different kind, though, because you're dealing with college Parker and high school Parker.
Yeah, but they're both movies.
they are both
That
movies.
is what they are. I'm sure eventually we can get them
we are
on,
if you need
Netflix, because that's, like the Netflix of movies.
Get on their own Hulu
Oh
now.
my god. Henry, what else happened at Dragon Con? Was there anything else cool? Oh, there was a ton of stuff.
No,
Of course there was.
Alex, I can't even defend
There was a
Pirates
lot of
Pirates
great.
3.
There were a lot of terrific guests. There was Nathan Fillion who hasn't been there since he was on Castle, so he's kind of freed up his schedule to come. John Cusack was there. Alton Brown of Food Network fame was there. There was a very crazy mix of people there. We had Brett Dalton and Elizabeth Henstridge and Ming-Na Wen from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Since they're sort of starting late this season, I think they were able to make it out. And then, two of the biggest names really were Michael Rooker and Karen Gillan, because they were fresh from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And Karen Gillan is shooting Infinity War right now here in Atlanta. We also had Matt Smith and Billy Piper and Arthur Darvill, so we had a big Doctor Who fan base and a big representation for Doctor Who
Nice.
at this year's. And
11.
Marina Sirtis and Brett Spiner and Michael Dorn and Jonathan Frakes, so they had some it's a quarter century, no, more than a quarter, but 30 years exactly since Star Trek Next Generation happened, so that they had them there. Stan Lee is there, as spry as ever, in what 94, something like that. So
See,
it's a really nice group of people.
okay, so I saw on Twitter, no, not Twitter, Reddit. I don't know, maybe it was Twitter. I don't know. I saw
Reddit.
on the
It's like the Facebook of Twitter.
Oh my God. I saw on the internet somewhere that Stan Lee was all engaging and interactive. And like when we saw him at AwesomeCon, we were genuinely worried about.
Like I think I saw some strings on him at
No,
that.
Dragon
Con.
Con, they debuted the new animatronic Stan Lee.
I mean, no, but
The
like,
life model
but they
decoy
were
of
saying
Stan Lee.
he was so nice and shaking people's hands, and like he was really just wiped out. And I don't know, maybe he
Spit
must.
on you.
Well, like I think he must have had like a rest or something before Dragon Con
And by
because
rest, do you mean cocaine?
I mean, whatever it takes to get him through, man, because he was just absolutely wiped out. Like, I felt so bad for him when we went to get our autograph and he was just there, like, signing autographs like this was the, like, I mean, he was
I'm
just
telling
miserable.
you, I saw strings on him. There was a dude next to him, and it was like a weekend at Bernie's, essentially, of Awesome Con.
Poor Stanley.
One of my favorite things about Dragon Con is every year there will be like a mini reunion of the most random thing ever. Like, there was a Happy Days reunion one year. There was a Dallas or I'm sorry, not Alec Dallas. It was an I Dream of Jeannie reunion. They had Larry Hagman there before he passed away. So this year, the random reunion they had was the 20th anniversary of Starship Troopers, and they had Casper Van Dien and Patrick Muldoon and Dina Meyer. And I actually saw the three of them talking like they just hadn't seen each other in a long time. But yeah, there's always the most out of left field reunion of cast members at Dragon Con every year.
That is pretty random.
So I've got a question because there's a name you didn't mention, and I saw him because I follow him on social media because he is a delightful man, and we've met him twice now. Twice? Yeah, because we met him at Awesome Con last year, then this year again, I think, right?
He assisted in your proposal.
Well, he did, but that's besides the point. I mean, he was great in that. But like we've met him twice, and he's been a delight every time. Did you see John Barrowman dressed up as Wonder Woman?
Not personally, but I knew about it, and yeah, John Barrowman. I think John Barrowman and William Shatner, they've become annual guests. They'll be back there. They come back year after year.
Okay.
So they're pretty good and pretty loud. I have to tell you about. Never mind Stan Lee. I had to tell you about William Shatner because on Monday morning I was there. I walked into his panel, and Monday morning at Dragon Con is a great time to be there if you don't like crowds because everybody's sleeping off the craziness the night before, basically. So I went and saw William Shatner, and someone asked him what role would he like to play if he could choose any role he hasn't played before. And about 15 minutes into his answer, he started talking about like how animals and plants and every organism is connected, and we're all one big Earth family. And he just went off on this philosophical tangents, like crazy philosophical tangents, on every time he answered, and it just went on for a long time.
Oh no,
And
he's going Aykroyd.
It wasn't not fascinating. It was very fascinating, but it was
Never
like,
go full
you know,
Aykroyd.
if you're there to get a straight answer from him, forget it.
Oh man. Well, you know,
PCP's a hell of a drug, man.
He did have some good anecdotes about Twilight Zone, about the fact that he pulled off the whole Twilight Zone thing as like a prank when he was on a plane one time. He made that face he made in Twilight Zone, like he saw
Obviously
a
before
goblin or
9/11.
something or a gremlin on the plane.
Yeah.
So he did talk a lot of. Someone did ask
Didn't do it
about
on
that,
American
which
Airlines
was
either.
Fun. But yeah, he was definitely in a rambling mood that day.
well, all right, whatever gets you.
Yeah. Your friend, hey Henry, your friend Jessica said she actually got to meet Billy.
Yes,
Said I don't.
Billy
How many,
Piper was there, and she was terrific.
who else did you get to meet besides the Shatner panel and some of the other stuff you did? Did you do any photo ops or anything like that? Or you got fancy press coverage? What have you got?
Well, no, I mean I did meet at John Barrowman for the second time. I got a selfie with him, and then I interviewed Brett Dalton. I interviewed Mallory Jansen. Sorry, Mallory Jansen, who anyone who has seen the show Gallivant for the 2 seasons it was on, she was the kidnapped damsel who became the evil queen, and then she went on to be Ada, the android who became in the framework. She became Madame Hydra, If you don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you have no idea what I'm saying.
This past season was
Um,
actually pretty good. I
But
enjoyed
we
it.
also had Brett Dalton, who played Grant Ward, who was the most evil villain of all the entire show, basically, because he's a traitor to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Spoilers.
So that's all the few members of Hydra, so that was fun.
Spoilers.
I'm on season 1.
Well, you haven't figured that out yet.
Well, it's only spoilers if you haven't seen the first season.
Yeah. Well, so if you ever plan on watching S.H.I.E.L.D., just forget what Henry just said. Sarah, you'd actually like Brett Dalton because he loves puns, like all of his social media posts. Because the cast for S.H.I.E.L.D., despite anyone's opinions of S.H.I.E.L.D., the cast really got into like the whole live casting and stuff, like they'd all be tweeting and whatnot. And Brett Dalton would be just commenting in puns the entire time. You'd really like him.
I do like punny people.
I'm gonna go block him.
Well, they were asked their impressions of Dragon Con, and he said, "Hi, I'm Dragon Con." So.
Okay, I'll follow him.
Yeah. So.
And this was also Mallory Jansen's first ever convention, which was like being thrown in the deep end of the pool. But they were having a fun time.
Good. They seem like good
and
people.
Both of them will definitely be returning if and when asked. Of course, this being Marvel, they're never going to tell us until it happens.
No.
Right? Yeah.
I think they've killed Grant Ward 2 or 3 times now. So.
Yep. Also, spoilers.
Yeah.
What?
All right. So that's kind of the quick and dirty on Dragon Con. So you got a little bit of Emmys news for us?
Yes. Well, looking forward, the September and October are very important times for television. But before the new fall season, you've got, of course, the Emmy Awards coming up. And it's going to be a very interesting year because I believe Game of Thrones was not eligible because they pushed the season late. So there was a lot of unusual nominations this year. Like we have in the category like Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, we have Alec Baldwin nominated for SNL, even though he's technically not a cast member, but because he played Donald Trump so many times, I guess they put him out there as a nominee. So I have a feeling he might win, but who knows? He's up against a lot of great people, especially Titus Burgess from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So you also have 3 cast members from SNL nominated for Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy. So SNL had 22 nominations. It was a huge year for them. I think that was maybe one of their best years in a long time, like ever, or at least since the 90s. So
good for them.
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah, they've really thrived in this political climate.
They usually do.
And you had a really great year for sci-fi and fantasy because Stranger Things got nominated for a lot of stuff. It won a Golden Globe, and Westworld got nominated for a lot of things. 22 nominations. So even without Game of Thrones, it was a very good year if you're a fan of science fiction.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look at the supporting actor in a drama, and you have some strong people like John Lithgow. You have David Harbour from Stranger Things. You have Michael Kelly from House of Cards. Jeffrey Wright from Westworld. So that's such a tough category. I have no idea. I would guess John Lithgow. I think he won the Golden Globe. And then, of course, you have This Is Us out there. You have The Handmaid's Tale. You have all these shows that are Westworld, actually, technically, too, and Stranger Things. These are all new shows to the Emmys. So we could see a lot of people winning for the first time, for shows for winning for the first time. So, like Millie Bobby Brown, who I want to say is maybe 15 or 16, is nominated for Stranger Things.
Is she even that?
So you have some very interesting winners this year, possibly.
Interesting. Yeah, Chandler
They're all
thinks
young.
that Westworld will clean up. I love The Handmaid's Tale. I mean,
Westworld.
I really, and I love Westworld too. It's actually a lot of really good shows this year.
I gotta finish that.
Yeah, you do need to finish it. I don't know. What are you doing here? Go finish it.
Westworld. It's on HBO Go. It's like the Netflix TV shows.
Okay.
So Henry,
I think that we'll see Riz Ahmed win for the night of for Best Actor in Limited Series, but there's a big contingent of people who wish that Benedict Cumberbatch would win for Sherlock finally in that category.
Yeah. Sherlock is really good. We haven't gotten to the second season yet.
Yeah, especially we still don't know if they're going to do any more seasons of that. Then you have Big Little Lies has that HBO miniseries has a lot of nominations. Of course, Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon. I mean, how are they not going to get nominated anyway? So.
Right.
You have Aziz Ansari and Donald Glover going against each other for Best Actor in a Comedy Series, and they're both acclaimed shows. Jeffrey Tambor's up against them too for Transparent, and he's won before. So these are some really strong categories.
Yeah, it sounds like it, and it sounds very heavily. I mean, I'm sure it's been like this for years, but streaming, very heavy streaming.
No, I mean this is probably the first year that we've had this many streaming.
I don't
shows,
know.
right?
I mean,
it's a big year for Netflix, Hulu, HBO, FX. Those four, I think, are doing really well in the Emmys. And then, of course, and NBC with This Is Us, of course, is some, like I said, had some nominations. That's one of the few networks still getting nominations thanks to that. I say every year I watch the show Mom, and I love Allison Janney, and I do think she might have won before, but she's so terrific. But I don't know. She's up against some really tough competition as well. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, of course, I think has won like 5 times or something just for that one role for Veep. So, then you have, of course, The Americans. I was actually thrilled that The Americans finally got some nominations last year because I feel like it got Mad Men, and there were a couple other shows that kept taking its spot, I felt. So this year, I don't know if it'll win much this year because it's been on for so many years. It's like as soon as it got nominated for an Emmy, people kind of, and then like all these other shows came out. It was like the new shiny thing, like the Westworld and all that. So I don't know, but The Red Near Americans is still one of my favorite shows.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Mila Ventimiglia is up for This Is Us. Kevin Spacey is nominated again for House of Cards. Bob Odenkirk is nominated for Better Call Saul. Anthony Hopkins is nominated for Westworld. That's one category.
Yeah, that's a killer.
So that's like a murderer's row of people right there.
Wow.
Probably because they've all murdered somebody in the roles they've played at some point.
I would have said Claire Foy would win for The Crown for Best Actress in a Drama, but I think it might be Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale. And at the same time, you've also got Viola Davis and Kerry Russell, Evan Rachel Wood, and Robin Wright are all in that category. So even like the third tier person in that group is a pretty strong person.
Seriously.
So.
Well, Henry, where we hate to let you go, but where can we send all of our awesome fans to get more of your Emmy news and updates on Dragon Con and other cons in the future?
Yeah, it's at Hanks TV is my Twitter, and that's where most of my stuff is. I'll posting on I'll probably do some predictions as well for you guys on your blog, so you'll have that coming up. I'll go ahead and give a quick prediction that Atlanta will win for Best Comedy Series, and The Handmaid's Tale will win for Best Drama Series, if I was to guess right now. Those are the two main ones.
Yeah, I agree with both of those.
I don't know if I agree with Handmaid's Tale, but I never saw it. But Atlanta.
But the thing is, it's The Handmaid's Tale versus The Crown versus Better Call Saul, This Is Us, Stranger Things, Westworld. Like all of those are terrific shows. So.
Yeah, they are. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a good year, and a lot. I mean, we've had a lot of good shows, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll do a formal prediction list for you guys, and they can check that out on your blog real soon.
Sounds good. And Henry, check our group chat, but our new website has changed. Actually, it's no longer rfrblog.com. It is popshow.com now. Is our new website. We have a new website.
Great.
We're fancy.
We are fancy. It's got all of their old posts and some of the more recent stuff
too. Is this
too.
an exclusive announcement you just made? For the
Yes,
first time?
it is an exclusive announcement, and
great.
I figured plug it while I got you on there because you put a lot of articles on there. So, hey, Matt, when was the last time you wrote for the Pop Show?
What?
All right, thanks,
so much,
Henry.
Well, but I'll catch you guys in a couple of weeks to talk about a new fall season.
Yeah, you'll be back in about 2 weeks, so we'll see you then, man.
All right. Thanks. Have a
Thanks.
good one.
You too. Bye.
What's Atlanta? Is that a
Oh my
show?
gosh.
I want to punch you in the
It's
face
so
so
good.
much.
All right, people who are watching, who's seen Atlanta? Because it is hilarious.
Yes, help us tell Matt how awesome of a show
I don't
Atlanta
need you
is.
to tell
Matt
me.
has not
I
watched it.
screwed
Matt
up.
has also not
screwed
watched
up.
the last episode of Westworld.
Yeah, how'd you get most of the way through Westworld and miss the last 2 episodes?
That's like the last 4. episodes, to be fair.
Oh my god!
What were you watching that was more important?
There is literally nothing in the
I don't
world
know,
that's more
man.
important.
Those
Your
robots
first
were all
child
like-
could have been born, and it would not have been as important as the last 4 episodes of
Robots
Westworld.
started to get really needy. Just reminded me of our relationships.
But the ending is so good.
It's so good.
I need to see it.
Yes,
And you
do.
$5 that you didn't watch that episode of Atlanta that I sent you.
I wish that HBO had
Really-
like a Netflix-like service.
They're all
Like
really
something
good. But the one episode of Atlanta is just
Oh, it's so hilarious.
like-
I don't know,
the one where they're on the
I can't
talk
remember.
show.
yes. Oh my god, it's so
and see,
good.
Chandler thinks Glover's got the comedic actor down,
It's-
but Master of None is so good. But I mean, it's
See, I haven't
Aziz
seen-
Ansari. It's Aziz Ansari doing Aziz Ansari.
I
Yeah.
can't. Sorry.
But it's such a it's a smart, well written comedy, despite your opinions on Aziz. in the
So
po-
Master
yeah.
of None
I got tired of saying his
or Atlanta comedy. Master of None or Atlanta.
Atlanta.
My money's on. Well, I haven't seen Master of None.
I don't need to see either of them.
Master of None. I mean, I don't know. I was able to. This is going to sound bad, but I was able to relate more to Master of None.
Well, you grew up a young Indian.
Yeah.
American,
yes.
So.
But the stuff he was going through was like going through the young white guy stuff.
Jeez.
I mean, he's pretty white. Let's be honest.
So young white
jeez.
guy or young black guy?
Well, and that's the thing. It's tough to say for me because that's just the one I was able to relate more to. But Atlanta was so great. But the problem is, I didn't grow up in Atlanta. Like you really enjoyed Atlanta because you were like, oh, I know where that is. I know this.
Yeah.
You also were like that with Stranger Things too. It was annoying as hell.
Stranger
upside
Things was filmed in Atlanta. In
Yes.
case you didn't know.
Yeah.
At a building I used to work
I
at.
had a live studio audience. They didn't take the laughter out. They had to take it out. It was a dumb decision. I don't even
Yes.
know why they decided to do that.
But
You're both dead to me.
yes, you need to find that Atlanta episode and watch it because it is.
would like to
And the
watch
last
the
4
entire
episode of
series,
Westworld.
The entire
Yes.
series. I was very
Don't you have
excited
HBO
before
Go?
it came out. Yeah. That's the one that's like Netflix.
Yes,
But
but
for-
for HBO.
Okay.
That one actually made sense.
I know.
Do you want to do some news?
Oh, news.
Well, we have news. Yes, we did switch things around a little bit because the news ties into our topic tonight. So let's hit the news.
Publimeter.
My subscription's not coming in. I gotta
Weird.
call the public minute.
That's Putin on the cover of Publimeter there.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
All right. No, it's
It
time.
never gets old.
It never does get old. I really love
The public minute.
the Publimeter. So speaking of, no, didn't work. Okay, first item of news. I don't know. I was gonna make a transition. It didn't work, and
Yeah.
I bailed out. I bailed.
All right.
Okay,
Don't you get
regular.
the-
Okay, so the format used to be that you two took turns commenting.
But then we abused that.
Yep. And I stopped
that's-
timing you anyway. I don't even know where my phone is, so I'm not timing you. Okay, but you just take turns commenting. All right, Matt, you're first.
Okay.
Ready? Mario is no longer a plumber, according
Oh.
to his official Japanese language profile, which is probably good, seeing as he's never available to answer calls.
It's a bad economy.
Yeah.
It's a bad economy.
All
People
right.
are hurting everywhere. Obviously, his employer was going through rough times and has apparently laid him off.
You think he was laid off,
Oh, hey.
or you think he just sort of
I thought he was self-employed because I hired Mario one time for a plumbing job. Him and his brother came over there,
You know, that's
and all of a
not
sudden
even his
dinosaurs
brother
were
in the movie.
freaking coming out of my bathroom.
Yeah.
That's not
that
his
was
brother in the
weird.
movie. That's like his ward or
Luigi Mario?
yeah.
But they have the same last name though, so
But it's his it's just some kid that he owns.
this isn't Bruce Wayne and
No, I thought they were-
and Dick
They're
Grayson.
not, because
were
at one
brothers.
Point, no, at one point, Luigi meets up with that chick.
Daisy.
Daisy.
and,
Yeah.
and is like, hey, I'm an orphan too. I was picked up by Mario. Yeah, that's a weird
Well, it's because
movie.
they
I
lost
don't know.
their
I feel like I
parents.
blocked most of that movie.
Oh
It's
no,
a
that's
weird movie.
if you take out them trying to force the Mario stuff in it, it could actually be a halfway decent movie.
Occasionally, though, I do send you screenshots of Dennis Hopper with like the two tongues, like the forked tongue, just to freak you out. That's one of my favorite
To
things.
sum up, though, does everyone forget about Mario Brothers? One of the best games made about plumbing ever.
What? Okay, but like before he was Mario, he was Jumpman. He was a carpenter. with all
Everybody
that
forgets about Jumpman.
Well, I'm reminding you with all that scaffolding.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well,
let's.
technically, it was before that. It was Wrecking Crew, wasn't it?
No.
He wasn't part of.
Nah,
I mean,
Donkey
we know
Kong
he
was
wasn't
81.
officially.
You
Wrecking
guys,
Crew.
Vanessa loves Mario Brothers.
I do too.
See? Thank you.
I love
It's Bob
Mario Brothers.
Hoskins.
Yeah,
the movie?
he was
Yeah, she loves the movie.
drunk the whole time.
I mean, I would be too.
I thought you meant like.
See,
Mario
look,
Brothers the
and John
game.
Atkins. If you go back to the cartoon show that Lou Albano was in,
I'm telling you, go back and watch the movie.
Okay.
I have.
No, we
we've
did. We
we've
actually-
watched it recently.
yeah,
we watched it
recently.
with the shower thoughts.
I'm telling you.
So,
That's how-
we did. That's
They are
right.
not brothers in that movie.
Okay,
They are
so
brothers. They can both be orphans.
They're both orphans?
Yeah, because they both lost their parents.
I'm pretty sure Mario owns Luigi.
no, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
Luigi's taller than Mario.
What does that have to do with Those aren't
He
usually.
was also
For some
Latino.
reason, no, and he like kicks his little legs. For some reason, that makes it impossible for Mario to own Luigi. They are both plumbers, and they have since gone on all these adventures. You know, Luigi is a ghost hunter, and Mario is a Goomba squisher, and they no longer answer their plumbing calls. They just gave up
Well,
the
see, here's
family
the
business.
here's the thing, though. You know why the family business went
Smash
under?
is good.
Yelp. Negative reviews.
Oh,
It's like
probably.
all the reviews we got for Iron Fist were horrible. People just wanted to go on and like,
Now you're
well,
probably
we don't want a bunch of Italians in here, doing our
Wow.
plumbing. I don't know. This is what people say on the
No,
internet.
it was probably that, like, yeah, I hired this plumber, Mario,
And he brought his ward
and he
over.
brought this kid, Luigi Mario,
Why would
and
you want anybody named Mario near anything you do?
let's see. Alex says it's not a terrible movie as long as you don't care that it bears no resemblance.
Nah,
to
That's what I said. If you
No.
if you don't look at the
It's
Nintendo aspect of
unwatchable.
it, if you take out the fact that they
It's
product dropped the Super Scope at the last scene,
Yeah,
There
it's
was a Super Scope in it?
yeah,
Maybe I don't remember the movie.
the
I made
Super
up
Scope.
movie,
The
I
Super
guess.
Scope is how they transformed it from a human to a dinosaur bag. It was just
Yeah, it was-
it was the de-evolver,
I hate this movie.
and the Goombas had little small heads instead of big heads.
no, and they had like
and they
human
had Toad
bodies.
was a Goomba.
No, but they had like human bodies, right?
They had like oversized.
yeah,
human
like
bodies.
bulky
They're
like,
human
yeah.
bodies.
People had evolved from dinosaurs in that.
All right,
universe.
use your reactions, people. Thumbs up, thumbs down, angry face for the Mario movie.
I'm all for the Mario movie. You know what? I'm gonna like it. Just there we go.
You're
Look,
you're just being like that.
when was
Oh,
the last
look,
time you
there's
watched
a
the
thumbs
movie?
up. There's hearts, flowers.
see?
Ooh, flowers still a thing. Oh, look,
Boom.
see some sad stuff. See.
Okay, it happens.
All right. Well,
Terrible movie.
that's too bad. All right. Well, he's not a plumber anymore. We don't even have to talk about it. Okay. So next item of news is
Yes.
Keith. You're first.
Okay. I need to know what it is first.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, and we need reactions from people on this one too. So there's a wild rumor going around that Leonardo DiCaprio is going to play the Joker, which is like ridiculous. And I've heard it like a couple times today. I've gone online and people have been like, "That's ridiculous. That'll never happen." But for me, it made me think of like the great actors who like go on to do hemorrhoid commercials. That's what it made me think of.
One.
Yeah, what?
The Fonz did crappy insurance commercials.
Okay, now okay.
And William
I see where you're going
Shatner
with that.
did. You know what I mean? Like
I see where you're
actors that
going.
are good
Yeah.
actors, and then
Your
like
hemorrhoid cream threw me off a little.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, maybe I can't think of, but Wilter
Mortgage commercials.
like the
Reverse
be-
mortgage commercials.
right? And the like
Or,
the man
I'm
from
Wilford
Uncle.
Brimley.
Yes.
Check your diabetes.
Yes, Wilford Brimley and the man from Uncle who like let them know that you mean business. Markson Harrison.
Lowell the Hammer Stanley?
Yeah, or Lo the Hammer Stanley.
Calphus and Ackman.
He used to be Lowell the Hammer Stanley for a while.
Markson Harrison is Richmond or Atlanta. I don't know. Somewhere I lived, it was Markson Harrison. But like the point is, Tom Selleck. Okay.
Tom Selleck?
Example. So I think it's a rumor. I don't think there's any.
Rogaine for mustaches.
I don't think there's
the
any
commercial
way
he was
in
in.
a million years that Leonardo DiCaprio would play the Joker. However, I think he could pull it off because he's amazing. And as Neil says, the Joker role is pretty intense.
I think DC's just trolling us. I'm convinced they are trolling us
That's not bad.
with like
That's
Elseworld
not- that's not
movies,
bad
a Joker origin movie. instead of losing directors, they're just gonna be like, hey, let's just troll people, and that'll control the
This is going to be a Joker movie that's just a Joker movie?
a Joker origin movie of him as a kid.
Well, I
What?
mean,
You heard me.
okay, so okay. I'm just saying that's how you stay
what?
relevant. DC. All right, that's
done.
gone.
You're
I mean, that's how you stay relevant, though, in today's world. You have to control the social media cycle. So DC's doing
DC,
that.
they're like the Enron of Marvel movies.
I get that.
I don't know if that
They're
would
like the
work.
Hurricane Katrina of
Smartest guys
Marvel
in the
movies.
No, not today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Why DiCaprio? Okay, so this is puzzling. Because number one, I don't even see DiCaprio as being that big of a star right now. I feel like he's kind of cooled off a little. He hasn't been in a movie in a
So
couple.
Ben
Because
Affleck.
he is saving the planet and being amazing.
Is he?
Yes.
Captain Planet?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he?
Maybe
that
he's got the
that
right-
movie I'd see.
I would watch
Leonardo DiCaprio as Captain Planet. I don't know. Don Cheadle's a pretty good Captain Planet.
I say make Don Cheadle Joker. I'd
Why
watch
not?
it.
Yeah, why not?
Cheadle. Joker.
I don't know, but he would
2019.
be crossing though Marvel to DC. I
He's not the first
I know
one.
he's not the first one. I'm
I
just.
mean, look at the
saying.
new photos I got up there. I can't. I don't
No,
want to.
I know. I know.
Chris Evans.
I don't
I know
just
he's
like
stuck
making
Marvel.
this-
I don't see DiCaprio. as
Ryan
the
Reynolds.
I don't.
Joker. I
Lantern,
wouldn't have
the
seen Heath
Deadpool.
Ledger. Why don't they just bring back an old Joker? Jack Nicholson's still alive, right?
Yep, and see,
about
and that's what John was just
Heath
saying.
Ledger hasn't been doing anything lately. Let's get him in there.
Aw, not
Too
cool.
too soon.
Nah, it's fine.
No, it's not.
But see, that's what everyone said about Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah,
and
that-
I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
like-
hey, you
I
guys
liked
bitched and
Batfleck.
moan about Heath Ledger as Joker. Give Ben Affleck some chance, and I thought he did really good.
I'm not saying I'm against
I
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I didn't really
just
mind.
weird.
What's his face in Suicide Squad?
Will Smith.
No, the Joker.
Jared
I mean, I
Leto?
didn't think he was that bad.
Okay, what's the next news topic?
Oh my god, you too. I mean, he wasn't that bad. He was only in like 5 minutes of the movie.
No, John's got the right idea. Bring Cesar Romero back.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah. And with his mustache,
Mustache.
they got to
Paint it
paint
out,
over that
yeah.
mustache. Yeah, I say, don't do a Joker.
No,
movie.
I got you one better. Jim Parsons, bring him. He's doing like a young version of his other character prequel thing. Let him do it.
He's not actually in that show, is he?
Yes, I think he's doing the narration. I don't know if you physically
Jim
see.
Parsons as the Joker?
Yeah, why not? For just throwing out names here. Don
Richard
Cheadle.
Simmons.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. You want to just throw out
Actually,
names?
no. Hold on. I've actually got a good question for you because this
Okay.
is going to go back to Flashpoint, and this is a serious question.
Sure.
Okay, the Flash movie. It's going to be Flashpoint, apparently, right?
Is?
That's what they're saying.
That seems too complicated.
I know,
For
I
a
don't think they
universe
should do that.
haven't even gotten off the ground, really.
Trust me, maybe this is their whole way of rebooting it. Maybe they're like, "Crap, we screwed up. Let's get Flashpoint in here, rewrite the whole thing." What?
Stop rebooting things.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the trajectory they're going on. Let's be honest. But
Wonder Woman.
if you haven't read Flashpoint, do yourself a favor.
up.
Rebooting that.
No, they're not.
What?
Rebooting.
Okay, Flashpoint. Just
Okay. Anyways, Flashpoint. If you haven't, if you haven't read it, read it or watch the animated movie they had come out. That was really good. But Bruce Martha Wayne.
Why did you say that name?
Thank you.
Sorry, I missed my cue.
I don't have it on drop yet, so I looked at her. Luckily, she picked it up. She is the Joker in the Flashpoint world. So who would the female Joker that you'd actually want to see in the movie?
Oh,
You
I do. I have one.
you don't have to raise your hand. You have a mic.
Oh.
It's in the class.
Can,
And,
can I?
yeah, go have at it.
Kathy Bates.
That's really good. I don't care. Conceptually, that's good.
Come on.
Kathy Bates is awesome. I want her as the actual Joker.
Female Joker.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, who would your female actual Joker be?
Female Joker.
I think she can play the male Joker in this universe.
Viewers.
Kathy Bates is awesome.
Yeah, who would
who's your
who would
female Joker?
I'm trying to think.
I just give it to him.
We need a good crazy. Who does good?
Kathy Bates.
Nah, Kathy Bates does do a good. I mean, I can't
That's a
argue
really
it.
good. That's a really.
I swear,
good
if anyone
Joker.
says Jennifer Lawrence, I'm gonna punch him in the
Ooh,
face.
what about Natasha
What
Lyonne?
about Jennifer Lawrence? Ooh.
I don't like yours.
Who's got real crazy eyes?
Crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
just
yeah, there you go.
let's
Crazy
go
eyes.
through the entire
Orange
cast.
is
DC should just troll us and cast Amy Schumer.
Oh God. You know what?
Ugh.
It's on par with casting Leonardo DiCaprio as far as I'm concerned because I don't feel like it's a real answer. Not level of caliber of acting, but like
Have
as
you
far
guys
as
seen
trolling.
Snatched?
heard you tried watching it.
You're trying to kill me.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Okay, I could get behind
Jennifer
that.
Love Hewitt, really?
She's still
Yeah.
alive?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I still go with Kathy Bates.
Jennifer
No,
she doesn't do crazy well enough.
I think
Jennifer
that
Connelly?
Natasha Lyonne could do crazy.
Yeah.
She has in real life.
No, yeah, I know.
I still want Kathy Bates.
Jennifer Love Hewitt does need the work.
I think you knocked it out of the park with that.
Yeah, no,
I
all
wanna see
right.
Kathy Bates Joker.
Kathy,
Kristen Ritter.
I don't know. She does brooding better than she does crazy. The thing about the Joker is that you have to be like
Yeah.
crazy on the verge of insanity, like creepy.
But I feel like she was like, really manic in Veronica Mars.
I never saw her in Veronica Mars.
Yeah, never.
Fantastic. You should watch Veronica Mars. It's awesome.
Here, let's do a quick
I
let's
still
do a
vote for
quick
Kathy
search while you
Bates.
two talk.
I think Kathy Bates is my favorite.
I'm in on Kathy Bates.
Shit. What was her name? She's older though.
Sharon Stone.
No. Crazy female
Lohan.
actor.
That's literally what I just searched.
Lindsay Lohan. There you go. Joan Rivers. Great one.
No. No, well, Joan Rivers.
Well, here we go. Complex.com has a list of 25 actors who are crazy in real life.
Helen Mirren, says John.
You know that we could use an actor,
Tyra
right?
Banks, says Neil. All right, you guys are just trolling us now.
All right, what's the next?
Next news item.
Yeah, let's just go to the next one. Tilda Swinton. There you go.
Ooh, that would be a good Joker.
No, but that would be
Tilda Swinton?
But you need like hysteria, crazy, aggressive. Not
Tilda
mu-
Swinton can do
No, but
anything.
Tilda Swinton could be like eerie, calm, crazy.
That would be more unsettling.
No, it
As
would
the
be, but that's
Joker.
not how the Joker is.
Every
Ledger's
Joker's
Joker
everyone's
was-
Joker's a little bit
I
different.
feel like Ledger's Joker wasn't over
The-
the top.
They've all been different.
No, you're right. You're right.
He was
you're
very,
right.
very subdued.
I mean, you've got Mark Hamill's who's over the top. You got John DiMaggio's who was it? No, what's this?
Always
John
animated with you.
It is. It was. Well, that's what I watch. His was a little more subdued. The one in the Batman, that animated series, was just kind of all over the place.
He was weird. He had dreadlocks.
Yeah, and when he crawled around like a monkey.
It's weird.
Jack Nicholson. I mean, different than Heath Ledger. I mean, they've all
Yeah,
they've
he
all
was just
been
playing Jack Nicholson.
basically.
Oh, the
This is-
actor. Oh,
That's a question for you because I don't know the.
I don't know the
Handmaid's Tale.
actress's name off the top of my head, but she was in Mad Men too.
Rooney Mara.
Oh no,
Mara Rooney.
No, I'm thinking of
Oh, let's see here.
No, Rooney Mara's the.
Oh, but you know, ooh.
Yvonne I could see that. I haven't seen her get enough crazy though with the Yvonne Strahovski.
No, she can fly off the handle pretty easily. And
Is she doing it in Handmaid's Tale?
I mean, she does.
Yeah, she's in Chuck. That's what I'm saying. She's been
Oh,
in Chuck,
Chuck, that's
Chuck
it.
and Dexter, and that's
Yeah,
where I
she
recognize
snaps.
her from.
She
She's
really
crazy
does
in
snap.
Dexter.
A little bit, but it was more subdued crazy.
I don't know. I think
There we
Alex
go.
might have a good point
So-
with Rooney Mara. She'd be good.
Yeah,
don't
especially
know.
that one scene in.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Ooh, I've got one for you. Summer Glau.
Is it Joker? I don't think she's a very good actress. I think it's out of her range.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like
You need
what you
you need someone
saw,
really strong.
that's pretty much what she.
Who's the
does.
Leonardo DiCaprio of female actresses?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm just going on to the next news item.
Hold on. Did you see John's one of John's comments? We missed it earlier.
My ex-girlfriend was pretty insane. Cast her.
Oh, hey, you know, I got a whole menagerie.
That's true. That's Matt's type. Crazy.
I got a rogues gallery.
He does.
Girlfriends.
Martha Wayne needs an older actress. Like okay,
Kathy
like
Bates.
Like Kathy, I mean, Kathy
no.
Bates is still.
Let's talk about Martha Wayne because we've got Aunt May, Tobey Maguire, and we've got Aunt May, new one, who's all
Yeah.
sexy. So older is a subjective term. I'm just saying. Okay,
Yeah,
so now
I like Marissa Tomei.
I bet you
Can we
do.
make her the Joker?
No,
We can.
no.
What about Lily Tomlin? Took me a second to remember her name.
It would be a good Joker.
Hey,
Right?
Jane Fonda's an intense little person.
I mean, just say it. Either
I met
one
her
of
once.
those.
She's crazy. I mean, she's not crazy, but she is very intense.
Yeah, that's so we can wrap this up. Lily Tomlin, Kathy Bates,
Did you meet what's his name?
Ted Turner.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh, I did, but I can't tell that story on air.
And that's the show for today.
Moving on to DC. Leave your comments.
Everyone likes Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin, yeah, I could see that. Leave your comments on your female Joker on our page.
Lily Tomlin in real life, did you ever see her get into that fight on the set of I Heart Huckabees?
No.
With David O. Russell? And he's like just calling her the C word. And
Oh,
she's yelling back
can't
at
imagine
him.
why she went off.
It's amazing. It's in the middle of a scene.
Lovely.
All right, moving on.
It's not a bad pick.
To DC. The guy who plays Vision is joining the Ron Howard Star Wars spinoff.
I don't see it.
Keith?
I'm gonna make the joke I made the other day with it. Ron Howard's obviously got some good vision for this
He's got
project.
vision. What's the actor's name?
Paul Bettany.
I didn't bother to learn it.
It was funny because
He was. I didn't. But once I saw the picture of him without being all visiony, he was the guy in
Love
Beautiful-
Actually.
Tale.
he was in Love Actually.
I don't remember. I knew
No,
he was in some
in
British
A Beautiful
rom-com.
Mind.
He was in a beautiful.
He
Mind.
was the not real person in A Beautiful Mind.
And he was also in A Knight's Tale.
Oh, that's
He
been
was
a
like
really
the
long.
squire for
Oh,
Heath
he
Ledger.
was. Yeah, he was drunk all the time. Okay, well, that's happening.
He's great. I love Paul Bettany.
Yeah, he's good people.
I'm trying to move us
Oh,
along
there's
so
also
we.
that thing with the angel where he was like fighting he was the angel, was fighting all those demons.
Constantine?
No,
Angels and Demons?
no,
I got nothing.
Demon Street.
It's probably not. him.
Legion might be it.
Yep, Legion.
Yeah, he played Michael the Archangel.
Yeah, well, all these Star Wars movies, and I don't know if you got it in the news or not, but Colin Trevorrow or whatever his name is out as director for Episode 9 as well. Since we're talking Star Wars stuff, and this is like the fourth Star Wars movie without.
We were talking Star Wars stuff.
Didn't he Han Solo? Paul Bettany?
Is he in that? Oh yeah, okay. The story we're on now. It's Star Wars related.
I literally said the words.
Really?
It's Han Solo.
Yes.
Vision is joining the Ron Howard Star Wars spinoff.
Right, Ron Howard's directing Star
But yes,
Wars.
for those who haven't caught the news, Colin Trevorrow is out as the director of Star Wars Episode 9. And yeah, so this is the fourth Star Wars movie to lose a director.
But Paul Bettany is in the Han Solo movie. Now.
Correct. Who lost Lord Miller and got Ron Howard in its place, who was up there with Paul Bettany at the top of the screen there.
That's a good sum up there.
That's Star Wars.
Yep. Okay, now we're not going to talk about Star Wars anymore. We're going to talk about another movie. Are you ready? Are you with us?
Can I make a comment to one
Yes.
user real quick?
Yes.
Neil, we do want to get Dan Bell back on. We had a lot of fun when he was on the show, so we will be getting him hopefully back in the next few months.
But unfortunately, he hates Keith.
Why does he hate me?
No, nobody hates
Nobody
Keith.
hates
We'll
Keith.
call Dan Bell back. Although he's getting big time now.
He's big time.
You really gonna invite that
Is
up?
he coming up or
No,
not? Well,
just
he's bitching
stop
at me.
Well, stop entertaining him.
He's
Stop
so
spoiling him.
cute.
Dan Bell's down here. Can't say.
Jeez. Anyways, all right. What's next?
Sam Rockwell will play George W. Bush in an upcoming Dick Cheney biopic. I am hoping he plays it as Aphod Beeblebrox.
You know, I'd be okay with that, and I would have never guessed Sam Rockwell as.
kind
You know,
of
that's who
makes
I want to
it,
cast
though.
as. But see, I see it too, but it's not like I would go to as my
No,
go-to
never.
for George Bush.
Why we're not casting it? We're not casting professionals.
Well, it's very true. So, all right, yeah. Sam,
I wish that
I love
Sam
Sam
Rockwell
Rockwell.
was in everything.
I love Sam Rockwell.
There's never been a movie that he hasn't elevated.
No, I'll agree with that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I like him.
Everything he's been in, I've enjoyed.
I'll be interested to see how he plays it.
Probably like
Say
the president.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Our last topic is sort of our big one that we posted on the Facebooks earlier. George Bush is the Joker. No, I can. all
see
right,
that.
yeah,
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 he's
yeah.
got a lot of time.
Yeah, he's-
Painting now.
Yes.
Oh, well, you know. He's kind of enjoying not being the most hated
He
Republican.
loves it. I wish he was like this when he was in office. I might have actually liked him a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're
stay away from the politics
we're
around
not going
here.
there. Okay, so there is a company somewhere, Keith knows more details than I do, that will press your
called
ashes
and vinily.
and vinily, that will press your ashes or your cremains, if you will, into a playable. That's what they're called.
Cremains?
Cremains. That's
I
what
like that. I just said that off.
that's
off-
the word for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard that
No,
term
I've
ever.
unfortunately buried a few people,
Oh,
and I do know that
Oh.
that is
no.
that is what they are called. But
like
it will press them into a playable vinyl album. So on Facebook and on our personal pages, we started this discussion as to which album would you pick. Now, the problem is that the more you think about it, the more like elements,
Complicated?
yeah, it gets really, really complicated because you can't just pick your favorite album. I mean, not that we could anyway. We're not very good at picking our favorite anything, but like
We've got lots of favorites.
we have lots of favorites. I know, and we should because people.
Keith is going to get pressed into the Muppet Show soundtrack or the Muppet.
No, but see,
movie
that's the thing,
soundtrack.
though. It's
But
like
see, I don't know because I mean, do you pick your favorite album or do you pick an album that represents your life or do you? I mean,
well, yeah, and then my buddy Rick weighed in, and he had a good point. He said that, you know, he the album he picked he really loves and thinks really well represents him, but then the track list is also really solid.
yeah.
So like, but the names of the tracks and like all these things come into it, and like, do you stick with the album art or do you get, you know, like what do you do? And if you're a musician, do you pick your own music?
I thought of that too.
See, I bet you would. I have no talent, but here's the
You play
question.
drums.
No, I like 20 years ago. But here's my question.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes, I played the drums.
You were like in some sort of like female punk band?
No.
Playing drums?
Where did you get
I
female?
made all that part.
What is this, Sex Bomb?
No,
hoping.
I just played the drums.
I'll be damned.
Learned something new
The
today.
more you know. Yes, I played the drums. But no, I was thinking that like, so I lost my dad a few years ago, and I would kind of pay any amount of money to get a record with him speaking. So
Yeah.
it makes me think about that. Like, would I want to
To record your whole.
right? Like, I'm not a musician, but I'm writing a book. So would I like record a chapter? You know, like what do you do?
Yeah, because I mean, a vinyl isn't going to
That's
hold a
really
whole
smart.
book.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. That's another
I mean,
thing.
your dad's
too.
not going to read War and Peace on one vinyl.
No, but he might read Charlotte's Web.
You might, no. Or maybe some Shel Silverstein poems.
Yeah, something like that.
Were you hoping to just give sort of a zany answer, Matt?
I was
Now you've
just
been
hoping
signed.
it was like not going to be sad.
No, I mean, well, you know, we're talking about after you die, so yeah, it's gonna be a little sad.
Yes.
But that's the question, though. You know, it's like picking your. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a really interesting legacy to leave.
See, I feel like a sound, and see, this is where it's tough because you know, if I picked my favorite album, you know, it could be like a Blues Brothers or a Steely Dan or Ben Folds. I could pick one of those albums, no problem.
Right.
But like those don't represent my whole life as a whole. So I mean, I feel like maybe a soundtrack.
See, it's kind of hard. A couple people have mentioned like soundtracks and compilations and things like that.
Because that's the only way you're going to get you know, a good
I
representation.
feel like you would have to. I mean, I don't know. I
like
guess
the Big Chill. They've got a good soundtrack.
Please tell me you're going to get pressed into the Big Chill.
I mean, I feel like it, you know, it's a good representation.
Lord.
like I mean, there are some albums that I really love, and I thoroughly, you know, like have had really strong meaning at the time
Sure.
in my life when they. But you know, like I felt like if I died at that time, it would make sense. But you know, some of these, it's like 15, 10 years later, 5 years later, it doesn't feel. I mean, I still love them, but it doesn't feel as relevant. You know,
I don't know what to go. I
the
don't know where to
best
go with
the
this.
best answer that I was able to come up with was a compilation CD that I bought at Starbucks.
Now this is music.
Yes, it was Kids Bop
Oh,
number
nice.
4.
I don't know what's on that one.
That was in particular a good one. Do you want to know the track listing on Kids Bop
I
4?
would like to.
And remember, it's not the artists. It's the
Kids Bop Singers.
it's Kids Bop singers. So you know.
See, like I don't know. So I was thinking, I was, jeez, I don't know. Like, I feel
Which
like
incidentally
something
was
like,
a certified gold record.
Of course it was. Those jock jams made like I'm gonna be a jock jam.
I
Jock jam
did a
fun.
cheerleading routine at Jock Jam.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Everyone did. Even I did.
You guys want to hear some people's comments?
Yeah.
Yes, let's get some comments.
Neil said chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water by Limp Bizkit really encapsulates his life at the moment. So
At
that's
the moment, really. Not at 1999.
I mean, maybe his life is like
See,
1999.
Alex, I thought compilation albums are cheating too, but it's a lifetime, man.
Yeah.
Lifetime.
Vanessa had, I mean, speaking of compilation soundtrack, she said Guardians of the Galaxy is a great album.
Yeah, that's
And then
true.
she also said Rascal Felts. It's the Muppet parody of Rascal Flatts.
Sesame Street.
they should do that.
You should write that.
We should
You
tweet
send that
them.
in.
Rascal Flatts.
I melt.
Yeah, that was a good one too. But see, yeah, I know.
I think it just go dark side and just be done with it. That's what I want on.
I think
someone.
yeah, but that's
I want to die right at the end of
that's
it.
such a long album. I feel like somebody on my page said Dark Side too. Hold on, let me look.
I feel like it's most appropriate
So
for when you're dying.
you're dead.
Well, yeah.
You're not dying.
But like,
But I
if
want
they're
other
gonna
people
play
to
you
listen
at the funeral, like play your ashes on
Yeah.
the album,
There you go.
because it actually does mess with the sound. And I'm curious to hear, because I watched them talk about the process and stuff, and they said, yeah, you've got your typical record pressing, and you're gonna throw ashes in that, so it's gonna distort the sound a little bit. Now I'm curious to hear how each one is like a little bit different.
So Mary Dixon, friend of the show, said The Wall. Pink
No,
Floyd.
never ever be pressed into the wall.
It's got to be a big wall.
I don't like the wall. I like Run Like Hell, and that's the only thing I like off the wall.
See, I think, and I've given this a lot of thought. I think mine would be the Clarence Greenwood recordings from Citizen Cope. I think that would be mine. I don't know. I feel like I have to listen to all the rest of the records in the world to be sure.
You need to really
But I think
make sure.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of. Hopefully, I have a long time before I die and then press the door.
I feel strong with just going with Dark Side because I feel like as much as that's sold, can't be. Those people can't be wrong.
Yeah.
I want to be on something popular.
A recording of Orson Welles' radio recording of War of the Worlds. No?
Didn't you have like a weird album that was like instructions of something? No, I'd pick one of those like 1950s instruction albums on like how to be the proper lady.
I have a vinyl around here of Mr. Rogers songs.
Oh, that was it. We were listening to Mr. Rogers songs. Aww.
Wow.
Dude, I've got it. I mean, look. I mean, no one can see it here, but I mean, I've got a small vinyl collection over there. I've got my CDs behind me, which is just this spinning tower of
Let's just pick one.
the Green Album by the Muppets. Doctor Who.
See, compilations don't count
album's
though.
not that-
Alex has ruled compilations.
Oh, they don't count.
Plus, I think the
is that
Green album's not very good.
No, it's not very good. They've got some decent.
So
covers in there.
Alex's
Hang
pick
on.
was
Give this a spin here. See what I can find.
all right. Well, while you're adventuring in your room, Alex gave his pick, which is "To Bring You My Love" by PJ Harvey from 1995. Which I have to say, I'm not familiar with that album.
Vanessa's right. Michael Jackson Thriller. There you go. Boom. How do you get any worse than that? Everybody's gonna love it. So they'll be like, "Hey, let's play that. Let's play Matt's death record.
Let's see.
Thriller."
Well, if that's how Matt lived his life, it would be Thriller.
This is
Okay,
Thriller.
but serious question. So these records are all haunted, right? What?
Oh
Yeah, of course they're haunted. What record are you gonna haunt for the rest of your life? It's like a
I
whole.
like Thriller's not a bad choice.
It's a whole other.
Ghostbusters?
It's a whole other aspect to it. Compilations don't count.
It's not a compilation. It's a soundtrack.
Soundtrack. Albert Bernstein.
A soundtrack is a compilation.
Not necessarily.
An album has all songs by one person
Songs inspired
or one
by.
artist. Unless, okay, I will take that back. Like rappers have all like every track is collaborative, but there's at
LL
least
Cool J. Mama's gonna knock you out.
Matt has chosen LL Cool J.
Yeah. Despite all these albums back here, nothing's like sticking out to me. Ben Folds, Rock in the Suburbs.
I
Maybe.
mean, there's so
Come on.
many.
I mean,
There's so many great albums out there,
Yeah.
but nothing could
sorry.
beat Kids Bop 4.
Ray Charles.
Can
What
I
I'd
be
say.
just pressed into several volumes. The Matt
I
recording.
feel
No,
like the
you-
amount of ashes you're gonna have. Yes. 2-disc set.
Aw.
Wow.
I don't know. I made a fat joke lately. No.
Well, John suggests
really
that
like
if
that.
someone plays the record backwards, the dead person gets summoned. Yeah, it's like the 2017
How pissed
Bloody
would you
Mary.
be? How pissed would you be? You're just like chilling in the afterlife. Somebody plays your record backwards. Now you're stuck in somebody's house.
No, it's like
A weird house.
Remember that episode of South Park where Butters kept calling Biggie Smalls. And he kept showing up. Speaking of rappers.
Now, okay, so that's it. That brings up an interesting point. It's probably just a matter of time before you end up in a flea market.
Oh, yeah.
Your record's eventually going to.
That's true. But what happens?
Well, that's why you make it a recording of stuff you read. Because who's gonna pick? Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick up this vinyl of
So then
some
you're
random.
You're stuck at the thrift store for the rest of your
It's
life.
family heirloom, man.
Macklemore would be really happy.
No, but
with
see,
that.
eventually it's going to time out. Eventually it will. I mean, like, think about it. We know our grandparents, and we maybe have some related affection for our great grandparents, but beyond that,
Yeah, you're
They're-
eventually going to be
yeah,
given
you're
away.
eventually it's like when someone keeps an urn around, and then it gets to the great great grandchildren. Oh, hipsters are going to buy your record and talk about how retro it is.
Yeah.
I would rather be blasted into outer space.
Hipsters are
Oh, there
going
you
to
go.
be.
Put me into a recreation of the Voyager 1 album.
I want to be. I want to be in Pac-Man Fever. What's my B-side?
Ooh, what if? Ooh, what? So it's only a matter of time. They're going to start pressing your ashes into video games.
Oh, I'm cool with that.
Pac-Man.
Cart.
No, you can't pick cart.
Pick card. Yeah, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
And then I'd actually be one of the ghosts. Be fantastic. It's like, why is this
Are you
ghost
asking me
never
which arcade?
behaving?
Yes.
Cartridge or arcade machine?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because it's different.
Okay, no. You're not going to be pressed into one. You're going to be haunting one.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be Miss Pac-Man. Let's be
Yeah, which ghost would you be?
Shadow.
What?
I'd be the red one.
Binky? Which one's the red one?
Shadow.
Shadow's not the name of the red one.
It is.
I don't think they
I
are.
don't think it is.
Yeah.
I can't
It was
imagine it
Pac-Man.
is. All right, so now we've completely jumped from vinyl.
In Pac-Man, the ghosts' American names are Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde, descended
Thank
from
you.
the original Japanese characters Fickle, Chaser, Ambusher, and Stupid.
But you said Miss Pac-Man.
I had to read that. Okay, so wrap your head around this. This is your fun fact for the day. The original Japanese characters on the Pac-Man Ghost were named Fickle, Chaser, Ambusher, and Stupid. Which one was Stupid? It must have been Clyde. Was the
Yeah.
orange one?
Well, Chaser would be red
Yeah.
because he chases. He chases for, 6 seconds and then gives up. Chases you again.
Yeah, they do their thing. So yeah, okay. We'll do arcade game. Arcade game that you're haunting.
There.
Yeah, no, he's right. There it is. It's Shadow. Look at that.
Huh.
I've kind
Shadow
of
is
been,
red.
Blinky, yeah. I kind of stare at that screen a lot. For like 40 years. Not
All right. Okay, so you're going to be the red ghost in
40. Red
Pac-Man.
goes to Pac-Man.
What arcade machine would I be? I mean, I feel like Turtles 4, Turtles in Time is like the easy go-to answer, but I wouldn't mind a Donkey Kong.
Well, if it's going to be the arcade machine, then it's just Turtles in Time. It's not actually
Well, yeah, Turtles 4, right. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Turtles in Time.
We don't want people yelling at us on Facebook, and they will.
Yeah, they will.
You guys don't even know the Turtles. I know we don't.
I would be
Sarah?
the centipede.
The actual centipede.
Yes, I would be the centipede.
It's always getting shot and broken up.
I know, but he always wins.
It's like the Hydra.
Do you
Cut
know
one head
anybody
off,
who
two
is-
more form.
No, I got distracted. Alex
Okay.
says Galaga. Who would be what's the one with the bird? Like the original
Joust?
Flappy Bird. Yeah, Joust.
Flappy
Original
Bird.
Flappy Bird?
Who's gonna be the original
Joust
Flappy?
is way different than the Flappy Birds.
Is it?
What up, Sam?
I guess it's not. No, I guess it's the same exact control scheme, isn't it?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
more or less.
But there's like less Flappy, more jousting.
Well, hence the name.
All right,
Joust.
what
All right,
about
so-
cartridge?
If I had to be a cartridge,
If you had to haunt a cartridge after you died.
Castlevania.
DuckTales.
Luigi's Mansion.
We all.
It's not a cartridge.
Oh, she meant console game.
What's a cartridge? Like not if that you put in a machine, right?
Yeah,
And
like
you
the
play it.
Nintendo and stuff like that. Yeah, it was
Not
technically.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Luigi's-
You're splitting
Luigi's-
hairs.
Mansion is technically a CD of sorts.
No, they put it on.
It was a
When was the
disc.
first one
It was a
on?
GameCube.
It was a CD.
Oh, fine. You suck. All right,
Yeah.
viewers, what video game would you haunt if you could haunt a video
Neil
game?
says Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
No,
Vanessa says Duck Hunt.
she says Duck Hunt, but would she be? The
Yeah,
duck
which character would you
Or
be
the-
haunting?
or the dog?
Actually, I feel like that'd be Ghostbusters, the cartridge.
I don't know. It couldn't be the
Like a
dog because people
terrible
always
game.
shoot at the dog.
Yeah, but the dog can't get hurt when you shoot at him.
He just laughs.
Yeah.
That's true. He does just laugh.
on the
Dog's
inside,
always having a good
He's
time.
crying.
Hurts like hell.
Well, if you're dead. Vanessa says the dog.
Hurts like hell. Ghostbusters is a terrible game.
I mean,
Why? It makes sense.
Oh, you're talking about the
it's first one, the Nintendo.
terrible game.
Okay, tell me which better Ghostbusters game came out after that on a cartridge.
Okay,
Ghostbusters 2 game was even better than the Ghostbusters 1 game.
Yeah.
but which one's better to haunt? We're haunting these video games. After we die.
I'm still haunted by that
I'd,
game.
I'd,
haunt.
I'd stick with DuckTales. I'm gonna stick with DuckTales as far as
Oh,
cartridge.
this is a really good point. If you get the combo cartridge, you can also hunt Mario Brothers.
Smart.
That is smart.
That's the smartest
Oh,
thing.
I pick All Stars then.
Smart.
Ooh,
Yeah. Super
Smartest.
Mario All Stars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna haunt all those bitches, including the lost levels. Yeah, I'm gonna haunt them.
Yeah. Super Street Fighter Turbo.
Don't go full turbo.
I'm gonna haunt E Honda.
I hunt Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh,
If only it was a
Wreck-It Ralph.
game.
Ah,
It
womp
was.
womp.
You never played it? You ever played the Fix and Felix Jr.?
I mean, the little app that they put on the phone.
Disney actually created full-size cabinets that look.
Oh, I never
just
got to
like
play-
the
yeah, I
actual
never got to
cabinets.
play the
They put it
carpet.
in Disney Quest.
Yeah, I didn't.
They were awesome.
Not all of us go to Disney on an annual basis, Matthew.
Not all of us. Most of us.
I think I would haunt Super Mario RPG, and I would be Geno because you never see him again. But he is
Aw.
arguably the most powerful character.
That's such a good game.
He's really good. Be Geno.
Okay, so back to the albums to wrap up this
Yeah, I know.
conversation. We kind of diverted
went
from
all over the
vinyl
place.
to, we
like
can't do albums. Let's do cartridges.
My bad.
We
Okay.
had no problem picking cartridges. I just want to.
No, I know.
That's
we-
a valid point. And see, here's the thing about this whole
But see,
compilation
music
album.
is so deeply personal.
It is. But see, here's the thing, though. Like, if I picked Briefcase Full of Blues, which is the Blues Brothers' first album,
Sure.
that's a compilation album if you technically want to. If you want to get all technical on me and
Covers,
stuff.
If I want to get really technical.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, they're a compilation of songs that weren't done by the Blues Brothers.
No, they covered them.
They covered them, yeah, but the
So
original
it's a
song...
covers album.
It's a covers album, yeah, but it's still a compilation album of
As soon
different
as they're
artists'
covers,
songs.
though, they don't become compilations.
Okay, then
Like if you were to like read the one song, if you were to do one cover on your upcoming album, Pocket Full of Keith.
that's where my ashes are really going. In
then it
someone's
wouldn't
pocket.
be- it wouldn't be a
Attaché case.
Yeah.
Coin purse full of keys.
it wouldn't be like just automatically a compilation album.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there was a Buddy Holly album where a bunch of like artists, newer artists,
That would be
redid
a
it.
compilation.
It's the same damn thing.
No, but see, that's my Chimes of Freedom Bob Dylan album. Wouldn't count. Alex says no soundtracks unless it's a film score, all written and performed by the same person. So what?
Okay, Westworld.
You're just picking things to be resentful.
No,
Okay,
I mean
I picked
technically that.
Moana. I've been listening to Moana back to back to back.
All right,
You're welcome.
all right. So now that you've stolen Matt's answer, now what's your answer? Ooh, I just got one.
Huh?
I know it.
What?
Back to the Future 1 soundtrack.
Get out of here.
Its entire score. If you do the score of it, it's all done by Alan Silvestri.
Are you going to drop the
Power of
Hugh-
Love.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna have to. And it's one of my favorite scores of all time.
Oh, John says Star Wars. John Williams is
See,
amazing.
same kind of thing.
Can I pick the body of 30 years of Simpsons until with the recently fired
Like so.
conductor?
He didn't get 30 years. He only got 27.
I think,
Oh, only 27 years composing for a popular TV show.
I think you should pick their that album they released in the early 90s.
I picked the
This is-
Bob's Burgers album.
Doing blues covers.
The Bob's Burgers
The
album is
Bob's-
pretty great.
I mean, it's like technically an ensemble, so it's a band.
I feel like it counts.
So then movie soundtracks do count if it's the same. But like, it's got to be like Moana, where it's the same artist.
Or as we went back to the Ghostbusters soundtrack, if you do just the score.
Okay, Alex, can we get a ruling on that?
I feel like
Right. Okay, but we know that a film can have a score and a soundtrack. But like, okay, say we're taking like The Little Mermaid, for example, which is the same handful of.
Alan Menken was it Alan Menken?
Well, yeah, but there's composers, but there's also the same handful of singers. Can that count? Like, as opposed to a soundtrack like Guardians of the Galaxy, where there's a whole bunch of different artists from, different times, and they were released and used in different ways. So
I'm gonna pick the cast recording of the Book of Mormon.
that's coming to the Chrysler here. It's coming to the Chrysler this fall.
Oh,
in October, I think.
Monty Python Spam-A-Lot.
I might have seen it like with the original cast, like the month it opened. So,
Okay, Alex says if it's music that's all written and performed for the movie, it's fine.
Okay, good.
So,
So I think your Ghostbusters is okay.
Well, I was thinking Back to the Future score, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'd have to drop
pick that
Power of
over,
Love, right? No, was Power of Love written for Ghostbusters?
No,
or Back to the Future?
No.
It was definitely
Back-
not
Backbusters.
written
Back
for
in
Ghostbusters.
time.
I feel like Ghostbusters, though. I feel like all of those songs were written.
Yeah, but does it count since he had to not pay royalties, but
That's right.
the Huey Lewis thing kind of
covered Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
You know what I'd say? I say Ghostbusters 2. Because I like the little Bobby Brown.
Oh, Alex says Power of Love wouldn't count.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm fine with dropping Power Love. It's either going to be the Who Framed Roger Rabbit score or the Back to the Future score. Roger Rabbit's got some good scoring.
See, okay, so as far as scores, now we're on movies, but
Yeah.
Moana's been really, really good.
Hey, you're talking. Look who you're talking to. Spin that thing every day.
I've got a lot of stuff that I mean, The Little Mermaid is another really good one. Aladdin is amazing.
not
The
gonna object to any of this.
Disney soundtracks are so good. I don't know though.
I can't fight you on this.
Yeah, I know.
If you had to pick one, what would you pick?
Oh.
Why are you looking at me? Am I got to pick a Disney album to be
would pick-
pressed
Can I
into?
pick? Would I be total sellout if I pick the new Kesha album? It's so good.
It's a Disney album, yes.
No, it's not a Disney album. If I had to pick a Disney album, probably Moana, because even though the old stuff is really, really good too, I don't know.
Okay, so Disney album I'd be pressed.
Yeah, if you have to pick a Disney album.
I'm going Jungle Book.
Jungle Book would be good.
Jungle Book's really good. The first Jungle Book with Yep.
Baloo
Yeah.
and Mowgli.
No. Ha, 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 ha.
Phil Harris
No, Phil Harris. Yeah, the Jungle Book. That's a
and
really good
Louis
one.
Prima.
Strong songs, too.
It is.
I don't know. Okay, Aladdin. I revised mine. It's Aladdin.
Ooh, strong also.
Aladdin.
All right.
Aladdin is my.
Okay,
If,
so
if I had
Aladdin,
to haunt a
Jungle
Disney
Book.
score, it would be.
I can't remember. Is the Oliver and Company soundtrack any good?
Yeah, it's Billy Joel.
That's kind of almost like
It's not good, though.
Okay, I can't remember it. Disney album, Lilo and Stitch. I mean, it's not none of the music was composed.
Music.
You can't use the Elvis.
Yeah, it's basically an Elvis album. So,
Vanessa picks Nightmare Before Christmas.
Strong choice.
That's a good one.
That's a good point.
That is a good one.
I could still go Roger Rabbit because that was technically Disney.
Yeah.
So
Was there anything in Roger Rabbit? Oh, Beauty and the Beast is good too, Vanessa.
was Wreck-It Ralph Disney?
It was, but
soundtrack
again,
But
wasn't
there's
very good,
there's
yeah.
songs on it. I mean, the score you could use, but
songs.
most of it.
So you're gonna go Aladdin over Beauty and the Beast, huh?
Yeah.
Aladdin's got strong
Aladdin's
songs.
more fun.
Except for Whole New World.
A little boring.
Well, yeah, but I
Prince
mean,
Ali was kind of meh.
what?
Prince Ali.
Oh
get
no,
outta
this is
here.
stuck in my head for
Get the
days.
hell out of here, Keith.
Friend Like Me is the best one.
Well, yeah, well,
shit.
yeah,
I don't
okay.
know, man. I'm kind of partial to One Step.
I like that one. That one's good. That's probably my second one.
Poppy. It's peppy.
Yeah.
It is. Speaking
Let's
of Peppy, guess what came on while I was at Zone 4? I was working out today.
What's that?
The DuckTales.
Yeah.
DuckTales theme.
Can I do an album of all the Disney Afternoon soundtrack?
I feel like you should.
I feel like that's more up my alley. Let's see here. If I got any Disney albums that are sticking out. Ooh, actually, no, that Birdman album soundtrack would be pretty good.
Birdman?
Yeah. Because it's all like jazzy drums and stuff. It's actually really
I guess that's
good.
true. I guess that was a
It's a
score.
pretty solid scoring.
Oh my gosh, it's 9:55.
Yeah, it's almost on the wrap up.
Oh,
my
gosh.
Yeah, see, like the only Disney sound, but I've got Beauty and the Beast, but I've also got Jungle Book in here. So, I had I had Tarzan at one point.
Okay, definitive. If you have to pick one album out of everything that we've just talked about.
Still keeping the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the rules.
What are you picking?
Is it a compilation if all the songs are done by the same artist? I mean, they're written by the same artist. They're just performed by a bunch of other people. I guess.
Well, a compilation is basically songs that were recorded for other albums and then put together. That's a compilation.
Okay, because the Bob Dylan's "Chimes of Freedom" was recorded for that one album. They were all Bob Dylan songs. They were recorded by like 30 different artists.
That's less. I feel like that's less a compilation and more of an album of covers. Because those songs didn't exist anywhere else. Those recordings of those songs
That is correct.
didn't exist anywhere else.
That is correct.
Before then, and I feel like a compilation is like jock jams, like your
Jock jams.
Yeah, you know, those
Kids Bop.
songs like a
Ooh, tribute
compilation
albums
soundtrack.
win. Okay, Chimes of Freedom.
Yep, there you go.
That's
Tribute
my
albums.
that's
That
my
we're looking
pick.
for.
The Bob Dylan album of.
I'm glad we had Alex here to set us straight.
I
With
know.
these rules. So this thing that we
Alex
made up
really
today this
keeps us.
afternoon.
Alex really keeps us on track. He's the rules guy, pop culture
I'm okay
rules
with it.
guy.
I'm okay
I
with
know.
that.
We like Alex joining us. Helps keep us in line.
Yeah.
All right. What do
Matthew?
you got, Matt?
Thriller.
Thriller. Thriller featuring Kathy Bates.
There you go. Nah, I get Dark Side.
Really?
Yeah.
Dark Side. Keith?
Blues Brothers briefcase full of blues.
Yeah.
See, this is a tough one. Well, no, because I can't use their soundtrack because James Brown and Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles are on it, even though they aren't doing their own songs.
But if you look, those
Well,
weren't the
if they're
recordings
doing
of those
songs that were written for the movie, then it's okay.
they weren't. It was
None of the songs are written for the movie.
respect. And they didn't even record a new version of it.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, because they could. Fun fact: James Brown and Aretha Franklin never record the same song, the same way twice. So they had to like record them while filming the scene, so they could actually do the syncing up properly later on. It's your Blues Brothers fact for the week.
There you go.
All right. Neil says Nirvana Nevermind.
Strong.
It's a really important album.
If I was gonna pick one album that's the most important album in my life, it would be Nevermind. But
Not a Radiohead album.
no, not in the way that Nevermind was.
Okay.
You had to have been.
That's
my
a
age.
whole other
that's-
show.
Yeah.
We can't get into most important
Nah.
albums. We'll never go
Nah,
home.
because
Well, we already are home. He'll never go home. And we'll be stuck with him forever.
I don't want to go home.
He's here so rarely. It's
That's true. Maybe we
that's
shouldn't
not
let you
true.
leave. You'll never come back.
I can
Stay.
find my way now. I drew a map.
He did draw a map on his arm.
Crayon.
Yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Popped.
It's like you forget to do the segment you created all the time.
No, I know. It's because I stole it. We will be back next week
Say Radiohead album.
at 8 p.m. Yeah, Radiohead's awesome. Thanks for joining us. We're here every week at 8 p.m. on Pop Show, facebook.com/Pop Show. You can also follow us on Twitter at Pop Show. Send us.
Popped. It's like the Netflix for pop culture.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
true.
it is actually.
I'm
Except
gonna
we
finish
don't
this out like
we don't charge you.
like my favorite rapper.
LL Cool J.
See, even
Oh,
Vanessa
Vanessa-
still does it.
All right.
Vanessa coming in to help bring this bit
All
back.
right, pop champagne. Keith.
I actually kind of agree with Vanessa. It was a solid weekend. I did mostly
nothing.
nothing. Got to play the stuff I did do. Drank. Went to ODU football game.
Nice.
This whole weekend. Got to play music. Did absolutely nothing the rest of it.
Neil has coined popped and chill. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm totally okay with
Hey,
it.
whatever. If it
I
makes-
used to listen to GMYD in the shower.
If it makes people happy.
That's where you should
Matt,
watch it.
what are you celebrating?
I'm celebrating. I've got nothing.
There's no reason you're happy. Not Destiny 2 coming out. Not
No.
Overwatch bringing your rankings back up in Overwatch.
Bringing them back up. I dropped
don't-
all of my placement matches.
I don't know what
except for
these
one.
mean though. That's what I'm just like.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just happy that I'm not dead impressed.
In an album. That's fair.
I'm happy you're back on the show.
Oh, me too.
I'm back.
I am celebrating that I did another half marathon on Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know
Congratulations.
what number it is. It was one. I did it. I
So
finished.
Some of the late 20s.
And I didn't
late
notice
30s.
until it was over that I was hungover. So that I made it through the whole thing.
It's always fun being so tired that you can't realize you're
I was
hungover
really
until
tired,
later
yeah.
after day.
Smart.
But thank you guys so much. We will see you next week at 8 p.m.
Yes. And make sure to stick it to the Facebook page.
And the man.
Yes. Stick it to both. And we will see you all in, I don't know, another week. Is that when we're doing this?
1 week.
All right. Well, we'll see you all. Let's bring some exit
Oh,
music.
it's
Jams.
funky.
Maniac Mansion compilation by Fingers, the artist out of Richmond,
Fingers.
with a 1 and a 3 for the I and the E.
Bye, guys.
Fingers. Bye.
Yeah.